Supposed to be my mother. 7 minutes of your life. How are you? Happy beer on the balcony, everybody.
It's a holiday now.
No guest day. It's a no guest day. Easy, Lila. It's a no guest day. Relax.
Cool.
Yeah, let's go it up, ladies and gentlemen.
Spoon. Okay, yeah.
Lager.
All right, let's go.
Yeah. That. So I'm just going to do a Q&A here because, you know, I have the gift of gab and I don't really, I tell you what's going on, a lot of things. But first.
Does the gift of gab include describing how you're going to sear short ribs?
And does it come with a refund?
Yeah, can I return your gift of gab?
It seems to be not working well.
Yeah, this gift of gab is defective. I don't think.
What was I going to tell you? Somebody. Oh yeah,
gift of gab. He's already forgotten what he's supposed to talk about. Love him.
What was I going to tell you? Somebody. Oh yeah, Maria McDermott. LOL. He's grabbing his beers. She's exactly right. What happens? I finish the show. I start the theme song, and then I go downstairs, grab the beers, and then come back upstairs to then do the show.
Wow. How about that, guys? Did anybody know that was going on?
He's good, this
Ooh,
kid.
Look how far his head's down now.
Wow,
Like
that is weird.
Yeah. That's like halfway down past his shoulders.
It's like the moon is going to get dark or light soon. Look at it. It's fucking ridiculous. Look at it.
It's like the opposite of those games at the fair with the hammer where you got to hit the thing.
Right. The clown's head goes up.
You just got to keep his head up. It just keeps falling.
You know, that's exactly what happens as I drink my Coors Light. And, you know, I'm a beer drinker. Coors Light, Miller Light, Bud Light.
I'm not light, but everything I drink is.
Street light.
Shit. PBRs. I don't care.
Oh, we get it. You're an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Fucking calm the fuck down.
You know who doesn't care? Alcoholics. That's who don't care. What
And let me tell you what I drink on Tuesday.
Hey, nail polish, NyQuil. I don't care.
Globe Ultra. Skål!
God, he's got energy today.
Purell. I'll drink Purell if it's around.
It's really odd. But I was just like, I don't know. I went to
What?
Gift of gab, by the way, is what he started this with. I remind everybody. Yeah. Why do Iso, I think you have a theory, you said to me, on why he does the all the time, right? What's your theory?
So if you remember when Artie was on the Stern Show years ago, he would constantly go in the middle of anything he was saying, like every couple words, and that's exactly how John talks now.
Interesting. So he kind of listened so intently that he picked it up and he didn't even realize it.
Right.
I'm leaning more towards the theory that he's an idiot and just doesn't know what to say next. But
Yeah.
I have to go with that.
Possible. Yeah, anything's possible.
you know,
Oh, God.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I mean, we're both right, I think. You know, I mean, that clip, I feel like we both walk away going, see? Told you.
to
Wow.
you know, to
All right. You got to back up and see how many times he says and
Let's
before
go.
he gets to this fucking noun in the sentence.
Fuck, I can't even start it without him doing it. All right, here we go.
odd. But I was just like, I don't know. I went to
for the Uncle Rico Show. So grab a course, cause here we go. It's time.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. How we doing, everybody? A beautiful Sunday, a beautiful weekend.
Oh,
Happy
yeah.
Memorial Day. Shout out to all the vets out there, past, present, future, and yeah, everyone, even the ones who committed war crimes. Shout out. All right.
Yeah.
You're in uniform. It counts. Today is your day. And
Dublin in the house. Yes, baby, Rob. Yeah.
Dublin's in. Listen, I see a lot of people in the chat. I also see a lot of people that are not members over here on YouTube, and this upsets me. So here's what I'd like you guys to do. Go into your settings, turn on to accept your gifted subscriptions, and the lovely people in this community that we have here will gift you a membership. Let's gift as many memberships as you don't have to super chat. Skull to you. No, my course. Our gift to you. So
today is the greatest day. This is great.
Today is a day that will live in infamy.
He's in a fat farm. We had to send him to a fat farm to get a little of that chub off him, if you know what we're talking about. We're going to have fun tonight. It's going to be a little John, a little this, a little that. Who cares? We're going to have fun.
We're going to give you the gift. And then tomorrow, look at this. Frank already gifting 5 subs. You're welcome. Don't tell me that I don't know my people in here, all right? This is all about love in here and ripping John a new asshole. But other than that, we're going to have a good time tonight. Mike is on assignment. And by assignment, I mean he's drawing children until they tell him to leave.
Or he's eating them. I didn't know he was that fucking big. Fucking Tony Soprano. What are you going to do?
The boss of bosses, gift and subs. I mean, thank you, Mr. Soprano. Let me welcome our guest. You know him from comedy. Okay, if you're any fan of stand-up, you know him from there. You may know him from his solo project, New York City Crime Report. You may know him from a show called Men Are Talking right here on the network with the great Anthony Zenhauser. Please welcome, for the first time, making his Uncle Rico debut, the one and only, Mr. Pat Dixon. Let's go.
Hello, Shuey. Hey, how are you? Hey, Bob.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Nice seeing you fellas.
Pat,
my distinct pleasure. Yeah, thanks. I love the show, man. I was watching. I had no idea John had such a rich history of being a fucking, a dong. Whatever there's so many words to describe him.
Yeah.
He's his mouth does weird shit. His face does weird shit. He's like just a fuck up machine.
Yes, and the thing I love the most is I think it was like a week or two ago you were on MLC and the network came up and you didn't shit on the show, but you were like, I haven't watched it, I don't really understand it, and you gave an opinion of someone who hadn't seen it, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And then I get a text from you out of the blue last night going, buddy, I am in a rabbit hole of Uncle Rico. It sounded like you were watching it all weekend long because you were just catching up on everything, which I love. It is a rabbit hole. Once you start, you cannot stop. It's
like fucking once you put it in, you can't pull it out.
Yeah, you blow your load right in there and then let the chips fall where they may.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I'm at that stage now. Yeah, I did, man. I've been catching up and watching John and you guys all had a personal relationship with him and everything. I've never even I only met him once, and he was a super dick. The one time I met him, I thought he was a dick from the minute he walked in the room because I was talking to Anthony Cumia and it was about something kind of important. He comes in the door, 15 feet away, hey, and just that's it. Takes over, walk away. I mean, I'm like, Jesus, fuck, who is this asshole? Found out later, Stuttering John.
There you go. It doesn't take much, and lucky for Pat and all of us is that
the newest
John,
member of the team.
Lucky,
you can see Mike on Men Are Talking next Sunday.
We made a trade. We made a trade. We gave him Mike and a washing machine for Pat Dixon.
And a second-round draft pick.
But yeah, it's great. The thing that I love the most about John is that he hasn't changed a bit. You know, he's always been that dick. Many years ago, when you met him, he was a dick. Even today, he's a dick. He's amazing. He's amazing. Very consistent. One of the most consistent human beings I've ever met.
Yeah, a lot of us can look back and go, man, I wish I would have handled this different, or man, I had this opportunity, kind of blew it. But he just like doubles down, sticks to it. He's on the full dick program for life, and it's amazing. Never learns.
Here's the beauty of this show is we have an amazing staff back there that hates nurses and cops, and they put together a package for us to watch, and we have never seen a second of this package. We don't know what's coming.
No, and also, hold on one second. Who
Yes.
can't forget this? Mike is going to be on a new show called Men Are Eating.
Men can't talk because there's food in their mouth. Yeah. So I, without further ado,
Look at my dog.
let's get to tonight's package. All right. Let's see what the boys have whipped together. Here we go. All right, everybody. Welcome to the world famous Uncle Rico show.
Yeah.
Let's do a quick little skull before we start in celebration of John. Here we go. Skull, everybody. All right. And away we go.
Device not connected.
Welcome once again to the world famous Stuttering John podcast. And I'm here, your hero, Stuttering John. And on today's podcast, we have the wonderfully talented, wonderfully beautiful Monique from Radio Gunk. How are
Monique. It's believe it or not, that's not how her name is pronounced. It's Monique. But
Oh my god!
right, listen,
Yeah.
guy knows what he's doing. He's been in
Those
broadcast.
headphones got to be $3. They have to be.
He didn't. There's no way he got those not out of a crane arm machine. They had to come out of it.
Oh, you like my new headphones? I got them at a bowling alley down the road.
you, sweetheart?
Hi, baby. I'm so glad we're doing this. I really am. Let's
I
get our
know,
shit
this-
together.
This is our second try. Last time, it just was all, we had like fuzz after every other word, and I didn't want to deliver that product to my loyal hundreds of thousands of viewers and listeners to this world famous podcast.
Such a
Yes, Pat. I see you want to say something.
I just, first of all, not a lot of interviews start out with, this is our second try, and then a detailed going through of the tech problems. Why say that?
Well, no, I love the detail includes there was fuzz after every. What the fuck are you talking about?
But he
Get a lick.
apologized to his millions of fans out there. That was a good thing at the end.
Sounds like you need a lint brush for this broadcast, not a fucking a tech review. Fuzz.
Oh, there's so much to talk about with you, Monique. I mean, from Ronnie.
Imagine
limo
not being
driver.
able to get a collar that wants to go along with the rest of the shirt. Like, imagine like just going in and buying every shirt. The collar
Every
wants
shirt.
nothing to do with him.
Every shirt, it's a mess. It never sits properly. The collar has given up long before he has. So
Your clothes, it's bad when your clothes are like, I don't like it here.
His notice to Baba Buhai, again referencing me on the wrap-up show, to also what a hypocritical pelican Howard is. There is a bunch of stuff to address on this podcast.
By the way, the Pelican, who he consistently says, I have no ill will towards him. He
Yeah.
goes, I have no bad feelings. I love him. And then the hammer drops after I love him.
But the Pelican didn't come around basically until Artie had that fake fight and called him a Pelican, right? So this isn't even him making up
It
something.
wasn't
once
even
again.
Artie. It was that guy who you, by the way, membership, Donna, thank you. And I think it's your birthday. So happy birthday.
Happy
Donna.
birthday.
But
Yeah.
it was before that. There was a guy they used to call Hate Man. And he
Oh,
used to
yeah.
leave, he used to leave
Yes.
voicemails. He never called in live. And he would leave these vicious voicemails just tearing
That
Howard.
was me, you know.
Yeah. And then,
No,
and
it
then
wasn't. Do we know who that was? Never, right?
we tried when I was part of the Howard 100
Yeah.
News. That was the thing. That was one of the things we wanted to find out. Hate man. And then there was a woman one time that left a voicemail that was like, "I saw you. I
Yes, I
saw
remember
you
that.
walking through the park." And she may have called him a pelican as well, but you know, it's been out there for a while. It wasn't started by him, but of course, you know, John,
Yeah.
his identity is known. Oh yeah, I remember somebody said that he sounded like a guy that used to call into Mike and the Mad Dog or Francesca, one of those two. Who is it? I mean, don't dox him, but like, I'm curious if you have any info on it.
John should say a silent prayer for that pelican every fucking morning. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The fact that he talks about Gary mentioning him on the wrap-up show, it's like that's the worst thing you can do is give him something to talk about. Is mentioning him on the wrap-up show. Yeah, I saw that. That's the quote. I saw you and Beth in the park. It looked like she was walking her pet pelican. I mean, how great is that?
Hey, I'm very excited to have you in co-hosting. Feel free to chime in whenever you like, and definitely ask me any questions that you do have. And if you can remember anything that you asked me before from the last podcast, feel free to ask it again.
Device not connected.
I'm loving the whole Ronnie thing. We had started talking about it when we tried to do this last time because it had just happened that day that he had announced that he was retiring, and that's when Howard gave that kind of fucked up, well, you see what happens to everybody who leaves the show thing.
Yeah, well, see, that's, and there, okay, see, thank you. This is perfect that you, because that's the first thing I'll address. All right, listen, you fucking pelican.
Boy, he started that sentence like he was in a board meeting, and then he went right into it. Listen here, you fucking pelican.
That's not a big win, you know? That's not a big, powerful opening. You big fucking pelican.
Yeah, where do you go from there, right?
A pelican's a beautiful bird, you know, that hangs out and just fucking looks great, and he's mocking it. Man.
Yeah, he wishes he was a pelican.
And he's always saying how ugly Howard is, but a pelican isn't ugly.
No,
I don't get
they're
that.
beautiful creatures. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're auditioning.
I would blow a pelican.
He means it as an insult to pelicans.
Yeah, well, see, that's, and there, okay, see, thank you, because this is perfect that you, because that's the first thing I'll address. All right, listen, you fucking pelican. Come here. Let me just smack the fucking shit out of you. You fuck.
It looks like you're giving an ovation. It looks like you're applauding, John. That's not how you smack people.
And he doesn't know how to do it because he's never seen anybody in an audience do that when he was on stage. So it's kind of, he doesn't really know how to do it right.
Keeps missing. He's like, how does this work?
The disappointment he must have seen in audiences over the years, you know, just
Oh my God.
over and over.
They're sitting there going, when's he going to say those really rude questions?
Big nose pelican. How dare you? Listen, Howie. This is my personal message to Howard Stern.
You already said
Howard, I worked with you alongside of you for 50.
I like that he has to remind Howard who he is and what he did. This message is for Howard. You may not remember me. I worked for you.
15 years. Me, you, Baskin Robin, Baba Boohai,
Oh my
the
God.
joke man, the heroin addict. We all worked
He
together.
loves Artie, too.
Yeah. And he wonders why no one keeps in contact with him. Gee.
He's off a lot of Christmas card lists.
Right. But again, hates Trump, so similar to Trump. Trump gives everybody nicknames. He gives everybody nicknames, you know, and won't call them by anything but those nicknames.
And you say that people don't reach any.
Yeah, alongside of you, John rewrote history like he was in Robin's booth. Of course.
Alongside of you. Oh, yes. The Howard Stern and Stuttering John show. I remember now.
Heroin.
success after they leave
Howard
you?
Stern, Robin, and the guy that answered the phones. It's going to go down in history.
And they had to, and once every quarter, they had to sit him down and remind him how to do his job better, which was putting people on hold.
A little list, Howie. Here we go. Monique, you ready?
Go for it, babe.
Okay. Stuttering John leaves to be the announcer. For the first time in history, a stuttering announcer on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, the biggest late night talk show ever.
Also, the first time in history where the announcer of the Tonight Show sat in the audience with the audience. That's also a first.
The biggest talk show in the world, and they hire a guy that can't talk.
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't make
He's the
sense.
only one. He's the only one that thinks I'm here because of my raw talent.
I fought so many years to get to this from my disability.
Thanks for jumping on tonight, boys. Love the show. Thank you, Michael McDonald, $4.99. Thank you.
Keep rocking.
Yeah.
Minute by minute.
His flight struck on Epstein's Isles.
Talking about Mike Morris, I think. Wow, finally Mike lost a few pounds. No, that's Pat Dixon. One bag travel, $5. Senator Pat Dixon, thank you for punching a long-time New York City Crime Report fan from the smallest room.
Well, I thank you, sir. Appreciate that. And you're welcome.
Yeah.
The Tonight Show. Okay. Now that alone is a very big success. You fucking pelican. Now, let's also talk about Danny Zucker. Now he worked.
Danny Zucker. I believe it's Danny Zucker. Is the Modern Family, one of the creators of Modern Family, very, very well-known guy.
I thought you were talking about the guy from Greece, Danny Zuko.
That's who I was thinking too. This is Mike Morse's best appearance.
Yeah.
And I told you he'd call out fat soon enough.
Tomorrow on BS, we got to start with a 5-minute standing ovation. Everyone in the chat praised Mike for how great he was on tonight's
Mike Morse.
Alone.
Wait a minute, where is he tonight? Like, what was his excuse that
I don't know. I think it might be a family thing. Maybe it's I think he's gigging. I think he's got a gig.
all I heard was he told a long story and then he goes, I can't be there Sunday. That's the only part that I heard.
It's tough. He was eating a ham sandwich when he was talking on the show. He's like Mama Cass.
Is a very big success. You fucking pelican. Now, let's also talk about Danny Zucker. Now, he worked with you too, Howard. He interned for you. And now he's head writer on Modern Family with like 10 fucking Emmys, you fucking pelican.
I like how his theory is Danny Zucker, as he calls him, could have gotten Emmys for Howard had Howard kept him as an intern. Like, he was an intern. Does he not understand that it's a starting point, a stepping stone?
Exactly. And you get to meet a lot of people, basically.
That's right.
You do.
That's right. Mitch Fattel was an intern, too. Oh, Howard could have kept him, and then he would have had Mitch Fattel, the stand-up comic. It's like, what kind of logic is that?
Yeah, he's delusional, man. If he thinks he's on par with this Emmy-winning writer, Danny Zucker or whatever, he's like, oh, look at me.
He
thinks
life.
he's bigger than that. That's the thing. He thinks he's the biggest thing. He's just throwing them a little bit of a crumb.
Yeah.
That's all he's doing.
Bob's 100% right. In his mind, there isn't a day he loses or lost.
Life's just one big victory lap for this guy.
Yeah. Huge, and we're the idiots who can't see it. That's where he's at. It's wild.
So then let's go to Scott Einziger, who left your
Jan, or do you pronounce it Jan? Robbers. Thank you, buddy, for becoming a member. Remember, guys, turn your gifted things on, and people gift you memberships here. All right, here we go.
Fucking lanky, cheap fucking ass, and he became an Emmy Award-winning producer for The Amazing Race, you fucking douchebag.
These are all. What's crazy about this is these are all the people that worked for Howard who became successful and are still successful. He's the only one that is no longer successful.
Out of this whole list, yeah, he seems like
to Bob's point, he puts himself in this list because he thinks he's a success.
And let's go to Mark Cronin. He left you, and he is now worth $1 billion.
He's with Oreo Speedwagon.
DG, in his mind, he's funnier than Artie. That is some delusional shit. Yeah,
No doubt about it. No, I think he definitely thinks he's on par with Artie. And in the studio, nobody comes close to Artie. Nobody.
Whether it's zinging out lines or telling a story,
or bringing up something that's unbelievable that you're just like, holy fuck. You know, there was nobody like him.
Jason Thomas gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, buddy. Turn them on, folks. I don't want to hear you guys crying later.
How do I do it? I don't know how to do it.
Review Artie Roast. Shuley bombed. Hack. Paying dues. I don't think I bombed.
He didn't do that good.
I remember. It was the night roast, right? And I got drunk before that roast. And I'd never drank before the and I remember my first few jokes were I was just there was anger behind it. It wasn't funny behind it, and it didn't start off well. That I remember, but I believe
it was tough. That was a weird one. That's when I was like, oh, this is good stuff, and they're just laying there. And
they were a weird audience.
I go, they love people. I go, people love Artie so much they don't want to laugh at these, and that they made it sound like it's respect that they had for him. I mean, it was, but it was amazing, and I threw up before that roast.
Artie.
Yeah, I think you threw up because Richard Christie was chasing after you with boogers on his finger. So
something like that. Yeah.
There was. I mean, even after the roast, Sal got his head shoved in the toilet and flushed, and the whole.
Where you put a piece of shit.
Shout out now, Patrick Michael, Breadline Brennan at KB. Thank you, $1.99. Praying Mike Moore's gastric bypass surgery goes well. Terry Need, $5. Eli Roth, Bear Jew. Shuley, big fan of the Bear Jew. Absolutely. Eli Roth was an intern as well, I believe. And he ended up, or he was on the movie set of Private Parts or something. He was the PA for Howard or something. But he had a thing where he worked for Howard for a little bit.
He ran organized crime out of Miami, too.
Right. That is true. Hey.
What's up, Muckless?
Thanks for becoming a member, buddy.
It's reality game shows and shit. You fucking dumbass.
He's now tired. He's tired of. He's worn himself out from doing the clapping thing. You shouldn't have had so many points to make. You wouldn't be exhausted.
My hand's starting to hurt.
Why are you clapping? Or is that a snacky?
No, I'm
Oh, even Mognique says, "Why are you clapping?"
I forgot she was there. I really did.
Yeah.
Are you clapping? Or is that a smack?
What? Well, go ahead.
Did she ever come on camera? I mean, that might have been a good way to go, is to have her on as well.
I know she has, and she does stuff for their site Radio Gunk where they go on camera, but I don't know why.
No, I mean during this whole show, it's just like she's just a disembodied voice. It's like anything but this. You know what I mean? Like, why not?
Playing the role of John's conscience, Mognique.
No, I'm smacking his plastic face and all the plastic surgery he's had. Fucking nose jobs, chin jobs.
Why would he get those kind of nose jobs and fucking and chin jobs and all this plastic face to have that face? I mean, he might have got his nose smaller. That was it. But nobody goes out and does that work and afterwards go take a look at yourself.
Let me tell you something. If he had the money for it, John would have so much work. He'd look like that cat woman in Mexico. A woman who's changing herself into a cat. He'd look like her. Those roasts were epic. Thank you for spearheading those, Bob. Please don't infer my use of the term spearhead as any racial attack or slander. Of course not. Of course not. Those roasts were amazing because they were live, unedited.
Yeah.
Just like, that doesn't. They do 4 hours worth of filming at Comedy Central, and then give you the best of the best. It was scary, man.
We did the opposite.
We said we'll give you live and be ready for adequate at best.
Systems, all that.
I think he was really referring specifically to you. But they played the Jackie laugh in the background, perhaps Artie. I think.
Whoa, he got in there. Did you see that? The way he thumbed his fucking ear.
He moved it an inch off and then went thumb in and then put it back. Tried to be slick. Meanwhile, look how long that side of the headphones are.
Yeah.
Right. Look how it pulled and look how short this side is. It's like this ear is down here and this ear is up
He
here.
looks like a special ed wrestler in school. I'm ready. Come on.
He's like the retarded Steiner brother, you know.
Vagina Steiner.
He's strong, but he don't know all the rules all that good.
Right. Oh no, he's finishing move. He's gonna drool in his mouth. Look out.
Yeah, he's about to shit on himself. That's over, Jim.
Referring to people who left the
Dog
show
face
on
shithead.
their own accord and the fact that
What did it say?
Dog face shithead. Remember the dog face gremlin?
Yeah, the dog face shithead. Yeah. That's such a great nickname.
you know how that worked out. That's what he was saying.
All right, let me just go with 2 other ones, okay? Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with
My God.
Let me just double check while we're 17 minutes into the show. Can you hear me all right? Yeah. Chris Mack, are you still drinking on tomorrow's BS show? If yes, you can get Husey as a guest. That'd be, it's not a bad idea. But yeah, we said Monday, it's Memorial Day, and we're going to have some drinks on the show. Unfortunately, we do a morning show, so I don't think it's going to end well, but I believe we're doing a minimum. We're doing a minimum of 2 hours. It's probably going to go longer.
Yeah.
But the first hour is going to be on YouTube, and then the second hour, because I don't want to get my channel shut down, we're going to move to Behind the Wall just to be on the safe side. So tune in tomorrow. Am the Great, $1.99. Monique's voice is atrocious. Atrocious. Stuttering John's headphones, $19.99. You think they're $20?
Yeah, I don't think they're that much.
I think that's $10 too high. That amount. You just, Or I actually agree with Pat. Claw machine might have cost $5.
But he probably did spend about $25 getting them out of there. It's not easy.
I won again.
DG says he'll morning drink. You guys better. If you're in there, you better drink with us.
let's go with Artie Lang. Artie Lang, let's see, 2 best-selling books, another book deal, fucking selling out theaters. Oh, what? He fucking crashing on HBO? You fucking dickbag motherfucker!
Oh, well, at least he has good reasons to be upset with him. Success. That's everything. That whole statement is about sold out theaters, book deals, movies.
None of which would have happened without you, dickhead.
You look a little epileptic.
And then let's go with Casey Armstrong, who now owns his own radio station. So, Howard, people have the opportunity to move on and
grow.
Yeah, and grow. Okay. Oh, that's the other thing, Howie. Don't worry, this letter's still going on. I know you won't play it because you're afraid to hear the fucking truth because you lie to your audience that's diminishing every single day. But here's the other.
It's amazing, right? I mean, it's amazing. This like if the Unabomber had a podcast, this is it right here. This is his manifesto, Yeah.
I mean, he's talking to a billionaire legend in show business. A guy amazing.
Fucking truth. You have the audacity to sit there and fucking and put all of us down, like say that nobody. Oh, I didn't reach any success. But let me tell you something, Howie.
He's wearing a 9-year-old girl's headphones, and he's arguing that he succeeded and won in life. Okay. You can't even pronounce your co-host's first name correctly. What are you talking about?
You don't have air conditioning in your house.
You.
I mean,
you
let's just keep going.
You sweat constantly. Your carpet is a minefield of cat shit. What else? You have a fridge that doesn't work. You use Wi-Fi from the neighbor. How dare Howard insult you?
Yeah.
You know what my biggest success is? It's having children and being a good father. I love my kids feeling.
Oh,
My
please.
God.
I mean, are you kidding me? You know who else? Dudes who've come in cups have had kids too. You know, it's not that big of a fuck. What was Bill Hicks' line? He goes, "The miracle of childbirth." He says, "In case you haven't noticed, this miracle spread like a fucking wildfire." You know, he says, "Ain't no fucking miracle. Any idiot can do it."
Yeah, your dad dropped a load in your mom. Okay.
That's it. That's it. Plain and simple.
What a talent.
Right.
That's my biggest success. And if you call by leaving you and going to the Tonight Show, fucking a failure,
Right.
then you're a fucking douchebag. You're a douchebag. I made more money. Put it this way. I'll say it, Monique. I made about $5 million working on the Tonight Show.
Well, clearly we can see that from where you're broadcasting from.
Yeah.
And I
shows.
spent $2.38 on everything I'm wearing.
Yeah. Don't let these headphones fool you. $5 million.
He should have almost 5 million still.
Still, right. Based on what he's spending it on. Yeah, correct.
Cause.
People think your wife's on edibles.
What?
People think your wife's on edibles in the background.
No. She
She
enjoys
just
the
likes the show.
show. Yeah.
Okay? And it still comes in from residuals and pensions. So, fucking Howie, you need to shut the fuck up. I don't want to smack you anymore because my hands are starting to hurt, and I had to save some for Baba Booey. But I mean, what a fuck! Just
Like, how out of shape are you that this, you know, I
I can't clap anymore.
I got
I'm winded.
It's killing my hand. No high fives, dude. My hand, it's on injured reserve. Sorry.
Look at him sweating under the collar. He's sweating under where that collar should be. He's
Oh,
sweating
yeah.
now.
Yeah, it's already a ring right here.
Yeah.
And when he talks, it's like this is after his disability is cured. That's what I can't believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's his fingers.
to sit there and lie to his audience. Oh, look what happened to people that left, which is just telling everybody, look, nobody could do anything without me. You're such a megalomaniac. It's disgusting how narcissistic you are. And we're going to play you a clip on David Letterman where I'll again point out your hypocrisy.
Device not connected.
His hypocrisy.
He
John's on
barely
the
got
up.
that out.
Yeah, well, John's on the up and up. I mean, you want honesty, people tune into John for it.
Oh yeah.
I tweeted out, I said, because like everyone makes the excuse, when I say, when I fucking diss Howard for fucking all this ass kissing he's doing to these celebrities, and I say, and then people go, well, John, he's evolved. Okay, listen, I know Baba Booey evolved, or is evolving from an ape. But Howard,
Not involved.
There you go.
Yeah.
He was waiting for that fucking joke. He had the whole word set up before. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna bring it in, and they're just gonna go fucking nuts at home.
Sorry, my hands are killing me. I got in a chop contest with Ric Flair. Aren't those the same $5 and below headphones Lenny had? 100% correct,
Yeah.
Fox 5. 100% correct. So true.
hasn't evolved. But Howard, okay, you evolved.
Yeah, look, there's Lenny's headphones. Look. It's pretty fucking close, man. That's pretty good.
That's the girl version and the gay version.
Yeah.
Really? Now, I tweeted out, I said, really, he evolved? The guy's ruined so many lives. And now he says he evolved. I go, yeah, okay, that's like Harvey Weinstein suddenly saying he's all for women and donating money.
Did
to
he
the-
just put them two together?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, if you can look at his eyes, because this is one thing I've learned. When he wants to really get a line out there, he'll write it on his computer. Watch his eyes reading
Oh, wow.
this Harvey Weinstein thing. I'm telling you what.
that? I said, really? He evolved? The guy's ruined so many lives.
Look at him.
And
He's reading.
now
Watch.
he says he evolved. I go, yeah, okay, that's like Harvey Weinstein
He's reading.
suddenly saying he's all for women and donating money to the Me Too,
Oh my
Me
God.
Too movement.
Me tea. Me tea. That's a point. Me tea. Me tea phone home.
I'm into me coffee. Oh God, what a fucking this is a leader. Imagine him being a fucking senator, truthfully, and doing speeches. I mean, he'd fit in these days.
Oh
He
yeah,
would.
they got one like that in Pennsylvania.
Exactly.
Me tea.
Yeah.
Do you have any sweet me tea? Thank you. I'd like that. Me tea.
Money to the Me Too movement. Okay, and then people going, "Oh, how could you compare Howard Stern to Harvey Weinstein?"
Yeah.
Well, first of all, it was just an analogy, but people don't understand analogies because they're not as bright as me. But
But wait a second. I mean, I know you got shit to say here, but isn't that what comparing somebody is an analogy? Like, how can you compare him?
Yeah, well, that's what stupid people think, Pat. You big
Oh fuck,
dummy.
you're right.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the man's a teacher. Come on. Pat.
Yeah, the man's an educator, Pat.
Oh, just like the first lady.
By the way, shout out over 500 people here watching. Thank you guys. If you're new in here or you're not a member, go in your settings, turn on accept gifted subscriptions, and these lovely people here are gifting subscriptions left and right. It's a great bunch of people, and that way you'll get to see the stuff we do behind the wall. Like BS tomorrow, the second hour, where we'll be drunk. So, yeah, get in here. Gift away, people.
it's an analogy saying Harvey Weinstein was the biggest asshole to women, and now suddenly, and now if he started to donate to the Me Too movement, then he's not an asshole. No, he's still an asshole. And Howard, you are still an asshole. And here's the lives that you've ruined. And feel free.
He has a list of lives ruined. By Howard Stern.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
gonna
number
be a
one,
good list.
me.
Number 2, me. Number 3, me.
Yes, Topo Gijo, hit that like button. You heard what the little doggy said. Do it.
You want Monique to fucking add on to some of these. Okay, John DeBella. That poor
Ruined.
motherfucker, life ruined. And John DeBella's wife, I think her name was Annette. But anyway, she fucking killed herself in a garage. What? Because
Okay,
all
okay, that might have happened, but John DeBella's still on radio in Philly, so let's not say
His
it's
life's
all
fine.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
he's
out of that couple, I mean, it's a 50-50 split. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know, one of them was not gonna make it out of that, and that you sit here, you talk about these podcast wars. That was radio wars at its peak, at its prime. Is Howard going into a market, defeating the number one show, and that was never enough. It was about
killing their wife. It was amazing time to be in radio. You know?
Oh my God! I mean,
God,
it was about the humiliation. I don't know if you know the story, but his ex-wife ended up doing a bit on the show, on Howard's show, called Dial-A-Date. John DeBella's ex-wife went did an episode of Dial-A-Date, and guess who her date was? Captain Jenks, the guy who would prank call all the news channels with Howard Stern stuff, who later came out as a gay man years later on the show. But at that time, they went out on a date. They filmed it. I believe it was a part of.
So wait a minute, he wasn't gay when he was blowing me?
No, he was just experimenting. That's why he wore the lab coat. That's why he had the safety goggles on. But
yeah, thank God you're in the clear.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So that was a date that was filmed, and I think they kissed at the end of the date or whatever, and then a year or two later, she offed herself. So it could
makes
be
perfect sense.
Listen, it could be as much Captain Jenks's fault as it is Howard's fault, you know.
Yeah.
So who knows? Rest in peace.
Were they holding a gun on her to do this dial-a-date? I mean, isn't that a choice?
She volunteered to do it, and she'd shit talk to Bella and talked about how he had all these wigs set up in his house, that he would pick different wigs different days, and yeah, I remember it.
Huh.
It was wild.
Howard did to that poor guy. And you know, there's a couple there. Okay, that's 2 lives. Here's another one. Dana Plato. Dana Plato comes on your show, Howard, and what does she do when she leaves? She kills herself.
The next day, she was found dead. The next day.
Yes. So if you think there's no blood on your hands,
I don't know about that. I don't know if that's 100% accurate.
Yeah.
Then
And
you're
you wrap up your
reasonable.
bucket list, and you're done.
Yeah, well, at least wait for it to come out. I mean, you don't know what the unfinished product is. It could be like resurrecting Travolta's acting career. You never know. Wait for it to come out.
Bowie, okay? Because Baba Booey's the most delusional fucking ape there is. And
he's delusional. This guy thinks Gary Delabate is an actual ape, and he's calling Gary delusional.
Get into that prick soon. This is, I know what you're thinking, Monique. John, why are you so angry? I'll tell you why I'm angry.
No one asked that. No one asked that.
He doesn't really even need her there. He doesn't.
No, yeah.
It's
I think she just hit go live, and then that's it. I think that was her requirement for this. But yeah, and I love how he's like, I'll get to Baba Booey. I'm resting my hands so I can clap more.
Because I can't stand this.
Did you just say Howard Stern killed Kimberly from different strokes?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, that was, and I think if that's what Monique was referring to, then I think she might be right. I think it was like a couple days after her appearance on Howard that she committed suicide.
Yeah, it wasn't the drugs or the porn or the poverty.
That's the thing. Like, it's very easy to say, hold on. Dana Plato killed herself after an appearance on Howard, but nothing linked Howard to her death. She overdosed. That's what I'm saying. Like, once you're on that path, it's going to end badly, and then it's the blame game. Well, who are you going to blame for it? Probably didn't help. Don't get me wrong, but she was going to get high anyways, no matter how that interview went.
She's probably really stoked for the appearance.
Yeah, who knows? She probably loved it. Howard sneaks into his guest homes and chokes him to death. Blood on your hands, Howard.
Dana, Howard's at the door. Shit.
Yeah. John had anal with the centerfold. Then she had a stroke. I guess John has shit on his hands. There you go. Never forget. Never forget. But yeah, everybody in the chat say no link whatsoever. They found a ton of drugs in her system, and it's like
bullshitter known as Howard Stern, who goes out there and lies to his audience. Now, one thing I'll say, Monique, because I don't lie. I never lie to you. I never lie to anyone about any stories I tell on this podcast. In fact, I'm so fucking brutally honest. It's fucking sad.
Yes.
Have you ever known a guy that's brutally honest and you go, oh, that guy's just depressing? You go,
that can't be your life.
He's so brutally honest. He bums me out, dude. He bums me out.
I was feeling sadness for this. Is that what it is? The honesty? All right.
Hold on. Maybe John's onto something. Breaking news. Howard cut the break on limo. You heard it here first, folks.
Lives ruined.
Let me get to my list of ruined lives.
I talk about my fucking sex life ad nauseum.
Ad nauseum, more like it. I mean, Jesus Christ. Ad nauseum.
Last girl I talked about who gave me a blowjob in the parking lot at Instant Replay. The fucking...
Didn't we have...
This was him sharing a romantic rendezvous with a woman in the parking lot outside of one of his favorite bars that he eventually was kicked out of and banned from.
It would have been better if he said Dunkin' Donuts.
A lot of people had $30 in their pocket. Jesus. It's not that big of an accomplishment.
No, it's not.
The last girl I talked about who gave me a blowjob in the parking lot at Instant Replay. The fucking...
Wait, didn't we have a discussion about the fact that she couldn't come?
Yeah, I couldn't come, and I'll explain that. But the point is, she's blowing me.
No, the point is you couldn't come.
Right. You just hopscotched over the point, buddy. You know, that's the point. I had to
Ad
show her.
nauseam.
Yeah. Howard killed Kurt Cobain. Oh my God. Howard did 9/11. Oh no. It's getting worse by the second.
I talk about her, and what does she text me the next day? Guess which is the first podcast I just listened to. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I go, well, I was just kidding around. She's like, yeah, my parents should be proud. Because that's what I said.
Device not connected.
If there's ever going to be another date.
Like he couldn't even be complimentary to a woman who sucked his dick in a parking lot. He had to shit on her too on his podcast. Unbelievable.
Well, first of all, there was another date, and she didn't blow me. I just gave her 2 hickeys on her tits because she was going to see another guy the next night. So I wanted to,
Mark my territory.
Yeah, I pissed on a leg.
Oh my God.
That account probably hard to come when someone's crying in your lap. That's a good point. Good point.
I do hate my parents.
Los Angeles Unified School District's finest. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like a dog to pee on my territory. I wanted to leave my mark on her boobies.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Where'd you do this? At the Sadie Hawkins dance? Why don't you grow the fuck up, dude? Wanted to leave hickeys on her tits.
My mork.
Yeah, my mark.
What? Wait. I wanted to get the. Can we just
What
say
is he doing?
I don't know.
I wanted like a dog to pee on my territory. I wanted to leave my mark on her boobies.
Jesus Christ. What? Wait. I wanted to get the.
It was like a verbal triple jump. He's like, hup, 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 hup.
My impersonation of me eating pussy.
Well, the second he gets done saying that about leaving his mark, she just goes, Jesus Christ. She's disgusted.
Yeah, I'm all for grossed out, but Jesus Christ, man, you went a little too far here, Jeff.
What? Wait. I wanted to get. But can we just stay with Howard for a second? Because I know how ADD we could both get together. Wait, go ahead.
Her big fake boobies. And let me just say, the reason why I couldn't come, and this is just for all you ladies out there.
Because of my big, fat, real ones.
Yeah, the reason why I couldn't come, and ladies, it's your fault, so listen up.
Learn something here. She's in the passenger seat. She's blowing me. Now, you have to understand, I'm facing the steering wheel.
No,
you're
down with your fucking back on the steering wheel, you jerk off. And let me paint a picture for you. I'm laying across the dash. My asshole's in the glove box, right? Fucking dummy. This is the opposite of someone like Artie Lang telling a story. Now you have to understand, I'm facing the steering wheel.
I feel like I'm there.
Just to kind of paint a picture, so I take my cock out. That's how a lot of this starts. I don't know if
my cock is on the front of my body, okay?
She starts moving her head, which is in front of her.
Her mouth is under her nose. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this.
Steve Winwood is on the radio.
A radio is a thing that picks up transmission. It's like pop-up video for this story. Oh.
Say, the reason why I couldn't come, and this is just for all you ladies out there, and Monique, you might be able to learn.
All you ladies that are going to be flooding my inbox after this.
Yeah. I can't even go outside the bar.
Yeah.
That blowing everybody in the car.
Right. You know, I don't mean to tell you how to live your life, but would it kill you to compliment me a little more while you're blowing me so I can come? Is that possible?
Yeah.
She wasn't that bad. She sucked the stutter right out of me. I haven't stuttered since.
I love this. Levy's wife is a barometer for you, for if your joke landed or not. I love it. I love it. I hear her laughing. I know I'm on to something.
He's in the passenger seat. She's blowing me. Now you have to understand. I'm facing the steering wheel, and so my.
It's the only way I can get the pedals.
Oh my god.
My dick is facing the steering wheel, and my.
And then my asshole's like, "What do you want from me?" You know what I mean?
Oh my god! Why doesn't he do romantic novels?
My dick was facing the steering wheel.
Her head was facing northeast.
The airbag thrusted her mouth, which is under her nose, into my cock, which is in the front of my body.
I slowly rolled down the window of the older car.
I rolled it down. I love that. When I came, I popped the trunk by accident. That one landed. All right.
And cut.
She's in the
She's in the passenger.
passenger seat. She's blowing me. Now you have to understand. I'm facing the.
The funniest part about this whole thing is him going, "You have to understand." Like, who doesn't understand how this is happening? This is insanity. A child wouldn't know. This is like if you're explaining to a kid how a blowjob in a car works. This is how you explain it.
Steering wheel, and so my dick is facing the steering wheel, and my Darth Vader helmet is facing the steering wheel, and right.
By the way, I don't think he's talking about the head of his dick. I think he's actually wearing a Darth Vader helmet. This is happening.
Steven wrote, "My dick is in the gas." I realized I had less than a quarter tank.
My earmuffs keep falling down. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is amazing. Turns out she was blowing the stick shift.
That's why I didn't come.
Can you imagine? Ladies, don't fuck the e-brake. Fuck me. Thank you.
Underneath the Darth Vader helmet is something called the glans. And the glans is the equivalent.
Okay. I love that he went from a dude getting blown in a parking lot of a bar to a urologist. He's going, all right. You guys can take a look at this chart I'm throwing up real quick.
It's my. You'll have to lick my glands.
He mixes his biological terms with Darth Vader helmet.
Yeah. Some doctor you are. So then she takes off her panties. I'm looking at her tauntaun. You know what I'm saying?
On Christian Anderson.
Lick my glan. I mean, if you want to make a woman vomit, just say that. Would it kill you to lick my glan, honey?
It's amazing. It's just amazing.
Yeah,
he's a fucking teacher. I can't say it enough. This
and
is fucked up.
And I don't care what Dees says. He is a member of Mensa, according to him. Dees says no way. Oh my god! Underneath the helmet is something called gonorrhea. I'm grossed out right now. I'd rather blow a guy than hear John tell this story. I mean, John, you are making some moves here. You're changing people's lives, pal.
So, ladies, listen up.
You have to understand.
Stand the way a car is laid out. And what parts of my penis are called? Thank you.
Called the glans, and the glans is the equivalent on a women. On women.
On the women vagina.
On a woman cock, it's underneath the top by the hood. So if I have my dick facing the steering wheel and you look past it, that's the hood.
Now you have to understand, this thing the tricky thing called a cock vagina gets wet. So be prepared for that.
You want me to suck you?
You cock pussy.
On a woman to the clitoris.
Isn't that like a German drink?
No. But so her tongue was not exactly underneath the glans. That did not really stimulate the glans well enough to.
Why don't you just fucking get a place for you and your glans and leave women out of this? I mean, apparently, you know exactly what you need.
Take the last train to Glonsville.
Let's see what's in the glans box. Maybe I can make some stuff.
Would you like to trade your glans for something behind those doors right there?
Pick up a box of glans.
Yeah, can I get two packs of glans lights, please? Sure.
And just the coffee. That's it.
Fucking have me ejaculate a full load into a mouth.
So all you got
Hold on. Wait, but bring that back.
The glans that did not really stimulate the glans well enough to fucking have me ejaculate a full load into a mouth.
Oh, poor darling. I bet she's really bummed that didn't happen, huh?
That really motivates the ladies to lick those glans.
Oh my god. Dudes are always bragging too when they hook up with some pig. They're always like, best glan licking I ever had. And I've had them all. All right?
She didn't even have to go near the balls.
Let me tell you something. For a second there, I thought she had her own glan. She knew just how well to use it and do stuff to it. My God. Oh, God. I can't believe we're still doing this, Shuli. The well is running dry. Seriously. Yeah. Well, listen, that's why you're here. That's why everybody's laughing in chat. This is boring and it's over, right? So enjoy it.
So all you got was teeth, basically.
Yeah, like I once got a blowjob from the girl that's in my video. I'll talk my way out of it. I took it to a hotel after I was hanging out with Gene Simmons in his hotel room, and then me and the girl, I booked the hotel, and then she tried blowing me, but she had lockjaw. And
That's a great excuse.
Wow. Sorry.
I got scurvy. You're not going to understand.
It's weird. I can't blow you, but somehow I've mustered up the strength to tell you I can't blow you because I have lockjaw.
Vitamin C deficiencies.
Yeah. And then, like 10 minutes later, he sees her eating a hot dog. No problem at all. He's like,
with one hand.
I gave her a lime wedge.
She doesn't even take a bunch. She just throws the hot dog in the air and catches it. Those headphone comes with Play School's My First Podcast play set and are filled with hard candies. Colin, $5. Thank you, Colin. ALB Art and Entertainment, $2.20. Limo riding, jet flying versus Uber driver, sweat wiper. Woo! I like that. Blinky Jedi, Howard's nose sank Titanic, started dead. I was under the car holding on to the drive shaft. Whatnot, Jason, $4.99. Daniel Poon, I blew a load like the destruction of Alpha Zeta 6. Nice pull. Is there nothing he can't ruin? Now I hate oral. $2. Pineapple cores. Oh God. Fox Fud. Gentlemen prefer blonde.
That monkey he's so adorable, that monkey.
Guys are killing it.
Fucking, she nearly almost bit off my dick. So I just, I didn't want to fuck her because I was afraid I'd get some kind of STD. So I banged the tits, but they were big, fake, fucking hard boobies.
Can you imagine what's going on in the front seat of this car? I mean, he's got his he's got to climb over. He's got to put his dick in her dick.
No, this is the hotel with the Gene Simmons trickle down pussy. First she had lockjaw.
Then she bit my dick.
When I came, I popped a hemorrhoid.
Then I limped out to the car. It was a good night for me. What a mess.
He really is the mess of all messes. Oh my God, what a great idea. This story should be turned into a film. directed by Rob Zombie. Yeah, those two in the car.
But nobody would ever go see this movie because nobody's ever complained about a blowjob ever before. Nobody. I don't give a shit if I got fucking spikes from her teeth on my dick. It's still okay.
Yeah. By the way, I love that line. Here today, glons tomorrow. That was a great one.
He says he didn't want to fuck her because he thought he was going to get an STD.
Yeah.
Bullshit. She doesn't want to fuck you. I mean, that's it. Doesn't even want to blow you at this point. She's got lockjaw, fake lockjaw.
She's coming up with every excuse. No, it goes, can I bang you, missionary? Pulled hammy. Blew it out on the way to the car. I usually stretch before these things. I'm sorry.
I just had neck surgery. What are the odds of this?
Yeah, it's a blood moon. I can't do it tonight. Sorry. I get weird in the blood moon. I didn't want to get a Stone Temple Pilots. Star Trek, The Wrath of Glons. I like that. Glons! I like that.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Gene Simmons Trickle Down Pussy is my new band name. Love it. You're changing people's lives, Pat.
Oh, yeah.
It's like when I was feeling them. I didn't know if I was feeling tits or climbing the rock wall at the gym.
Device not connected.
I wonder why she was so upset about you mentioning her on the podcast. That doesn't seem right.
You know, I did come on a.
I'm always asking, and I don't know why, but I can't find out how to find the option to accept gifts. I wish I could have watched the other video. How to, Joe? How to explain it? Maybe I'm not explaining it right.
So someone said the other day, if you're on your phone, if you hit the $ next to the chat button, like you're gonna super chat, there should be the toggle in there as well. If you can't find it.
Toggle. What the fuck's a toggle? Tell them that.
It's right next to the glons.
Pat Dixon, ladies and gentlemen. Man's no joke.
Gonna miss Mike Morris.
So figure it out. Do that, and then chat. Let's give some more subs. Come on. I want a bunch of you to be able to see this second hour tomorrow, BS tomorrow morning. We're drinking bright and early, 9 a.m. Showtime. And I ain't doing beer. It's whiskey. Gone.
Fucking tits. It doesn't matter, but getting back, okay. Yeah,
Wait. Can we stop digressing? Because I want to get to the Howard thing. And it's not that people are going to say, why are you so angry? And you know this because...
See, it's just like a chick, man. You didn't let the guy finish the tit fuck story. I want to see if that made him come, at least. There's something. I need closure on this.
The entirety of everybody who twats to you is going to say, why do you even care? You know, why don't you just get over it? Who cares what Howard says? It's in the past. Why is it an issue? Why do you care?
Because I got nothing to talk about that.
Right. Great question that you will never get an honest answer to. Here we go.
I'm so handsome.
You shaved. I'm happy. You don't look like AJ Benson now.
I did shave. I just needed glazing for some of this gray. Why?
Glazing. You needed glazing.
Yeah, glazing. I got to glaze the grays away. Well,
look at this. Nelson, man. Gifting 5 subs. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, people. Colin, I'd love to hear the other side of the story. Imagine the horrific tale this poor lady tells of the stuttering buffoon and his primitive approximations of coitus. Listen, if there's a comedy god, this woman will somehow appear and come out of the woodwork, and we will get the other side of this story. I agree with you. None of it is ever his fault. He never fucks anything up. So the other side of the story is essential when it comes to John.
Look what he did. Wait, hold on what he did. Now this is fucking brilliant. This is total John. Instead of turning the mic towards him, he just moved the foam thing towards him. It's crooked. Look.
Yeah.
So it's in front of his mouth. It's amazing.
Broadcasting, 15 years. You know, this is what remind people the gifted subs are for 1 month. I think they think it's permanent. Yeah, it's 1 month. But you know, we have the cool thing about the gifting subs is I'd say 80% of the people that get gifted subs end up resubbing on their own after that. So I love that.
There's a lot of stuff to see.
There is. We got new Out of the Habitat coming this week. We got Road Stories coming up. Rich Voss, Big J Okerson, they're going to be doing the show. We got Miserable Men. When are you coming up to stand up live in Huntsville? I was there this weekend, buddy.
Yeah, where the fuck were you?
Yeah, no, they called me Friday at 6:30, and they were like, "Hey, man, we'd love to have you back at the club." I'm like, "Yeah, whenever you want me. Are you free now?" And so the feature
geez.
didn't show up. They asked me to feature. I said, "I'm in." Done. It's great. But I'll let you know next time. We got our monthly show is going to be on next month. I'll get you the date. Come on out. On me. Drinks are on the house.
It's on the house.
I got a gifted sub, and I think I'll pay to resub. I like the BS show in the morning. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah.
We love doing it, man, and we appreciate it. So thank you for doing that.
I'll tell
Fat
you,
Mike will be back tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah.
Big Mike. Big Mike.
Big Mike. If John moves to Florida, I hope he moves next to Joe. Boom, boom.
I can't. Because Howard did his best to try and ruin my life when I left to do the Tonight Show. He trashed Jay ad nauseum.
He trashed Jay long before you left. Okay,
Whose
John?
nauseum that he was telling.
Ad nauseum. Sex stories and trashing Jay. But he literally the reason you were hired because of the feud they were having. That's it.
Yeah.
And you tricked them into thinking you wrote the questions you asked on the red carpet. That's it. That's a fact.
But besides that, you're not a liar, like you said.
Right. And you got there, which is a great accomplishment.
And for Christ's sake, you never would have been there if not for Howard Stern.
Yeah.
God damn.
But that's where the mental illness is, Pat, is he really believes that all of this happened because of him, none of it because of Howard.
He thinks Howard's lucky he was there for 15 years.
Right, right. You guys are the best. Love this channel like the old days of Stern. Thank you, What Not Chaser, $4.99. Thank you, buddy. Ad nauseum, the Stuttering John tragedy, a lifetime original. Oh my God. Yeah, we read that one. Glon's
blowjob.
He even had a private conversation with Artie Lang.
Tommy, get in here. Welcome.
Saying that he was going to fucking annihilate Jay. Jay had to hear it every day from people on the show. Howard's beating you up again. And I felt so bad that I had to go up to Jay and apologize. And you know, because I knew it was all because of me. And then Jay put his hand on my shoulder and said, "John, I don't give a fuck."
Device not connected.
Yeah, but he was saying
So
about.
why do I?
He said he doesn't give a fuck about John, not about what's going on with Howard.
Stuttering Glon.
Stuttering Glon. Oh yes. That's the winner. That's the winner. Stuttering Glon. Man. Oh God.
Keep doing it because he did the best to trash me. He trashed me, you know, for my Adam Carolla interview. He trashed me for saying don't drink the Kool-Aid when he and his minions was accusing me of stealing bits from the show, which I would never do. I'm a stand-up comic. I would never ever intentionally steal anything from anybody. And so to have him fucking like say that, I was livid. So and then just even to this day, where he and Robin sit there, Baskin and Robin sits there and
oh my God,
you know, and they fucking.
He really is the most unfunny human being out there. I mean,
He
really.
Long and hard for that. Yeah, Baskin
Yeah.
Robin.
Talk about a great puppet to podcast with, Stuttering Glon. I know one of those dudes. B Dabbler will have a stuttering Glon puppet in a week. Give him time. Happy Memorial Day to all the veterans. I want to give a shout out to my father, Alan. That's a Vietnam veteran, protected this country. Was Howie Mandel broadcasting from a UFO? That was his studio where he does his podcast, Florida Funniest Flamingo.
Yeah,
and
check
Happy
it out on
Memorial
the
Day.
live thing. You can see it.
Yeah, and shout out to your pops, Alan, man.
Yeah.
For real.
Say like I'm like, a stuttering, a former intern wrote a tell-all book, and and he was what did he say?
What did he say? You're telling the story. Holy shit. It's fucking amazing.
Howard stood up for John when Ralph went on Wrap-Up Show and trashed John for the way he took the Leno job. Then John started attacking Howard. The Facebook "Don't drink the Kool-Aid" was the end. Gotcha. Yeah, there you go. He had to, again, he fucks it up for himself. Nobody goes out of their way to fuck with this guy. He makes sure that he gets on that not welcome list anymore.
Love it.
Love it.
Delusional, thinking that he was a big part of the show. You know that he made.
He was just an intern. Just an intern. That's
Yeah,
all you are.
just an intern. Which, by the way, this is why Howard doesn't understand what he says is dissing his own fucking people. By saying I was just an intern, is saying that Benji is just an intern, that Jason Kaplan is just an intern, that Will Murray is just an intern.
No, actually, Benji is a writer and was for many years and still is. Jason Kaplan's an executive. Will Murray's an executive. All these people advanced. All these people climbed up the ladder based on a few things. Their work, big blonde stud, I like that. Their work ethic, and that's it. I mean, they kick ass at their job. That's why he says you're an intern, because you had intern tasks. Everything else they gave you, you fucked up. So you answered phones and warmed up his potato until you fucked that up. And then Grillo warmed up his potato. Yeah, it's amazing.
Every door open to this guy. He had a record deal and shit, right? Just.
And it's you could set a timer, like a clock to it, like the record deal he got, and of course he pissed off Howard doing that. An appearance on a TV show he got, and he pissed off Howard doing that. Everything he got, he schnurred once he fucking got it, and it ended up pissing off Howard. This is Howard's worst nightmare: is a guy going around hitting people up in his name, and that's who John was. Still is.
And half the J.D. Hamaya, the pervert, is just an intern.
Panty sniffer.
What?
Panty sniffer.
Yeah, so
he said the pervert is just an intern. How dare you insult this pervert and say he was just an intern?
Have some respect for this pervert. What's wrong with you?
Maya, the pervert, is just an intern.
Panty sniffer.
What?
Panty sniffer.
Yeah, so him fucking saying that is just is ridiculous to fucking say I was just an intern. And by him minimizing my contributions is a total disgrace and a slap in the face to any.
I would do that, but my hands still hurt, so I'm not going to do a slap motion. I mean, I love this. How do you fuck up microwaving a potato? Same way you fuck up everything else. You just don't give a shit about it. That's it, Donna. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. 6 million Shuli. Thank you, Blinky. $1.99. Just wanted Howard to direct a video, sing one song, write albums, liner notes, and eventually Howard and Robin told John it was his album, not Howard's. Yeah. That's all stuff that he requested. Fact.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
No lie. Of course.
Loyal, stern listener, viewer from the past, to think that to say Stuttering John was not an important part of the show. See, that to me is a diss. And Monique, why does it bother me? I mean, it doesn't bother me in the long run. I mean, I get done doing this podcast, I don't think about it anymore.
Sure.
But it bothers me because, I was on the fucking advertising packet on the Channel 9 show. Me, Baskin Robin, and Howard. Okay, if I really wasn't...
I mean, it wasn't funny the first time you said it. We're on 47 now. And I was on a packet for Channel 9.
That important. Why didn't you have Fred or Jackie or Gary on that?
Because you were known for going out and doing red carpet questions. You were
the guy.
You
talked to Candace Bergen, for Christ's sake.
That's going to get you somewhere in life, okay? Murphy fucking Brown. You understand, John?
Because I was one of the selling points of the show. And a lot of people started listening to Howard because of my interviews, and he knows it.
Oh, my God.
I mean,
if he doesn't get ass cancer from blowing smoke up his ass, nobody's going to.
Something. Jesus.
Chapter dedicated to me in each one of his books, except for this pamphlet of a book he has out now. So you take all that into account and look at all the articles. I got a Rolling Stone article sitting here next to me, Entertainment Weekly, New York
Next to
Times.
me.
Everybody. I was a fucking cult hero.
Device not connected.
How
What a
come you guys
loser.
don't get anything for that?
That is a big issue that, I'm going to talk to my lawyer about, because really, Jackie,
Yes.
myself, Billy,
Artie?
Artie, we could all do a class action lawsuit against Sirius, because if they're playing and monetizing our contributions, we didn't fucking sign up for anything for Sirius. And just keep in mind, I didn't even sign anything up for K-Rock.
You don't have to, John. He owns the content. If it's on his show, it's his content. That's it. He doesn't get this. And he wasted the court's time. He wasted a lawyer's time, and this thing got thrown out twice.
But I collected a salary. But if Sirius is buying that content, who the fuck are they to say that that if they're going to play all of our contributions, that we shouldn't get a payout?
Exactly. If they were playing just the audio from like Friends, don't you think every single one of them would be getting a
Just
royalty?
the audio from Friends.
I love that station.
I'm gonna get Friends on book.
Quiet down. I'm listening to Friends. Shut the fuck up. You're sitting there going, hold on. Pipe down. Joey just walked in. Shush.
I was just gonna say, I think Joey's walking.
Hold on. I think Chandler's kissing someone. I'm not sure.
Did he just put a turkey on his head? It sounds like it.
This is right up there with War of the Worlds. This is making a picture.
Because they're playing their audio?
Put it this way: this is the difference between radio and TV.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Just on the stand.
Yeah.
Radio is facing the steering wheel.
Class, take out your notebooks. Draw a line down the middle of the piece of paper. On one side, write radio. On the other side, TV. Now, prepare yourself for the differences between the two. Here we go. Buckle up. First, one, you can see with your eyes.
If
The
you're
other
just
one.
listening, that would be the radio.
Right. The other one involves ears. Now, the ears, you have to understand, the ears are located on the side. Not a lot of people know how to use their ears correctly, and I can't come when they don't use their ears correctly. Who's cackling? Mind your fucking business. That's who's cackling. You fucking writing a book over here? People enjoying. I've never seen people get so upset. They go, "Who's enjoying this?" in the background.
There are a lot of differences.
Yeah.
They just played.
There's a lot of different. Bring a sack lunch. We're gonna be here for a while, guys.
Put on a pot of coffee.
Wrapped up. Let's move on to something else.
I like that. Put on a pot of coffee. Get ready. People always think that's Photoshop. That's an actual just screenshot from him. He posed for that.
There are a lot of differences.
Yeah.
They just played something on I don't know, on some TV show. Robin Williams on the Tonight Show. Okay. Because I was a writer on that show, even though I didn't write anything.
Sometimes, very rarely, he'll beat us to the jokes. Very rarely. But you got that one, John. I ain't gonna say you got it.
For that particular segment with Robin Williams.
Sure.
Every one of us writers got a check for $500.
Right.
So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. So that's how a class operation works.
No, that's not how a class. That's how that operation works. It has nothing to do with class or not. It has to do with the way it works in radio. Yeah.
Wasn't he just pointing out that the TV and radio are different?
Yeah.
100%.
There's so many different things about them, but he didn't get into one of them.
Right. Well, not only that, but he goes, I'm going to explain to you the differences. Then he explains the difference, but he's too stupid to know that he just explained a difference between radio and television.
It's a class operation is the difference.
Right. This one's a classy operation. Not that this one's involved with TV and the Writers Guild and all this other shit. Fucking dummy.
Got a check for $500. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. So that's how a class operation works. If you're, if you're a writer,
I'm a substitute, so I know about class. Thank you.
If I cancel a reciprocal, I'm like, boom! And the kids all fucking laugh. They all love it.
That's him bragging about his substitute teaching of algebra, by the way, that clip. Is he's the funny, wild, wacky teacher, because when he cancels out a reciprocal, he goes,
Boom!
yeah. Play that clip again. I got to hear how
If I
proud he is.
cancel a reciprocal, I'm like, boom! And the kids all fucking laugh. They all love it. Are you
And his
stuttering,
guest-
John?
When he finished that sentence, his guest's response was, that's pretty cool. That's what the guest said. I think we have a drop of that. Don't we have him saying that?
We do. Give me a sec.
Yeah. It's that whole statement followed by this guy just fucking doesn't know what to say after that story. That's pretty cool. That's like when Truth or
That's
Dare.
pretty cool.
When Kevin... Yeah, there it is. Hit it again.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there you go.
in the guild, in the union, you get paid if you were part of that show.
Yeah.
So the reason why I bring that up there is because, yeah, we should be getting paid.
Well, there was no
And-
radio union, was there? I mean, there's nothing.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, SAG-AFTRA, which I am a part of, and I am still a part of.
I was on SAG. I was with SAG before, and then SAG after.
The Stern Show had recorded a Stuttering John retrospective, and it never aired because John wanted a ton of plugs for his movie, and John told Tim Sabian he was done doing favors for the Stern Show. All true. I was there for that. That is 100% true. Fact.
Wow. And that's where my other pension's coming from. So for Howard to so for them to not to pay me, it's a very good question. I'd really like to talk to my attorney. I have to talk to him about a lot of things.
How about you burp first before you call your attorney?
First, I'm going to throw up in my mouth. Then I'm gonna
Monster. I believe there's some legality issues.
Bobby Friend, we represent the Howard Stern guy. Guild.
He's a sag. I know, right?
He's a sag.
Oh my god! Yeah, we got to get Sabian on here one night and really just have the chat ask a bunch of John questions. Would be great.
Going on in my life.
Hey, Frank, another
Okay.
550. Let's go, people. Let's go. We're running this package. I think till the end.
Honey, can you put the air on down a little bit? He's getting me hot. He's sweating already.
I'm sweating too.
You're serious?
Yeah.
Well,
What,
my
you're
glands
cold?
are getting
Women
toasted.
are always cold. It's not cold.
Yeah, I know.
God.
Shuli is funny when he's for free, but no one would pay to see. Well, that is my curse, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is my curse in life.
Some good, some
Funniest free comic in Huntsville. That's my new title.
How much is the cover? No. Shuli's here.
You want a good show? Just come in. You don't have to pay anything.
bad.
Listen, don't go there again, okay? Whatever you do, let's not
What?
talk about anything legal at all on this
No.
show.
No, but speaking of legal,
Julie, this is honestly one of your all-time best Rico shows. This is on a level Thanksgiving show where you dissect his stand-up in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Thank you, Woody. Thanks, pal. I owe it all to Pat Dixon.
Yeah.
Please.
And to Mike Morris for not being here.
Yeah, geez, what's different about tonight, I wonder?
How is this night different from every other night?
We don't have to make the square bigger for Pat, which is
No.
good because Mike, we have to make it bigger and then make it
Oh my
kind
God.
of fit.
I had to buy an IMAX camera to fit. By the way, we put out a clip of that episode, and it's so funny if you watch because I'll let you guys in on a little secret. I didn't really think Mike was fat. I just thought I would fuck with him. And somebody in the chat said, "Is Mike fat?" And as a joke, I just went, he's undercover fat. I see him trying to hide it." And he immediately reacted negatively to it. Like we were on to something. So at that point, Bob sees blood in the water and he goes in and I go in and
I've seen a lot of blood in the water.
It was 15 minutes of fucking just making fat joke after fat joke on Mike. I highly recommend it. It's up on the channel. Terry Nee, women don't get warm either. $5. That is true.
He's a good bird.
Gina's laugh is infectious. Laugh, girl, laugh. I agree, Donna. I agree. In fact, I want drops of her laugh so that way when she's not available, we can have it. Thank you.
Please let me just do an ad for my sponsor, okay?
Mognique, are you a betting man?
Do you hear me?
I'm waiting.
All right. Well, listen.
Let me do a quick ad break. Are you there? Yeah. Commercial. The fuck are you talking about?
Oh, but speaking of legal, please let me just do an ad for my sponsor, okay?
Perfectly legal.
Do you hear me?
I'm waiting.
All right. Well, listen, Monique. I don't know if you know this, but football and basketball seasons are in full swing. Get into the game with our exclusive sports betting partners.
Device not connected.
BetOnline.ag, your online sportsbook experts.
Can you give us that promo code again? Sounded a little spittily.
Spittily. It sounded a little swampy.
That a girl, Monique. Yeah, you sounded a little flooded, John.
CLNS50.
Thank you. Good promo code. Okay.
All right.
By the way, that promo code doesn't work. It hadn't worked for a long time. And it's not like they're a sponsor where they're like promo code Stuttering John or Melendez or anything. It's literally a barcode off of a fucking packaging in the supermarket.
Now listen, I know people are going to say that I look all washed out. Well, it's because I'm in front of
No, you look washed up.
But not washed. It's weird.
It's like somebody washed you with dirt and filth. I've never seen anything like it. I'll be right back. I got to go take a dirt shower. I'll be right back.
Next week, I'm going to do it upstairs, and then I'll do it from a room that I won't have this kind of glare. It'll look much warmer and much nicer. But just so you can see, I'm downstairs.
He's Martha Stewarting. He's calling his shot in the next year. I'm going to have beautiful decorations up. It's going to look really homely. Like it. Oh, hold on. I hit that button by mistake. Oh, wait.
No, you didn't.
I didn't even notice my voice.
Thank you. I didn't even either, but there's more room in here. You can breathe. When he comes in the morning, we're all like, breathe in. So he can get in the room.
We got to suck in our guts when he goes to sit down so he can get in there. Please replace Morse with discount 01 Benza. All right. I think that's Pat, but I'm not sure. But you go.
Is at my fucking, in my mansion here. And
Lair of Doom.
Yep. The empire that Stuttering John built. There is me and Bill Clinton. The picture taken by the late, great Robin Leach at Rayo's, my favorite restaurant in Vegas, at Caesars. It's
now you have to understand this restaurant. They put plates on the table when you get there, right?
I'm facing the table.
I'm facing the table. My mouth is facing the plate, and then they give you a thing called. Now you have to understand. There's a thing called a menu. Okay. It looks like a book, but it's all about food. It's weird. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but something's up with it. Check it out.
Funny when I went up to Bill, and then Robin snapped the photo. I was asking him if he could take the picture, and then Bill goes, "You just did." And I said, "Come on, Bill, just take another one." He took the picture, and then he offered me a cigar, and I said no thanks.
That I'm done. Wait,
Here
how
we
many
go.
years ago was that?
I'm sorry?
How many years ago was that?
I don't know. Probably 15 years ago.
Did he know who you were?
You know, I don't know, but you know, you would think he would. I'm sure after they said, "Hey, that's the guy that fucking saved, single-handedly saved your election," you know, at the Jennifer Flowers press conference.
What?
Oh my God, he is unbelievable. This is the guy that got you in the White House. This guy's sweating through his shirt. He's the one who made it possible for you to get a second term.
Everybody that you meet that says they met Bill Clinton, they say he makes you feel like he's known you all his life, like you're the only one in the room. But did he know you were?
Yeah. We all missed the cigar joke. Now, we heard it, and it got the proper response it deserved. Nothing. John is the worst storyteller ever. My mind wanders when he talks. Me too. It usually wanders into how has he made it this far? That's usually my first thought.
What's that honorary little sheriff's Elvis badge below the Bill Clinton thing?
All right, there are two. The one on the bottom there is the plaque.
Let me explain this as I move away from the microphone.
Clearly, when he talks, she wanders. Her eyes are like, she's like, "What's on the wall? I don't know."
Is there anything interesting behind you? There's nothing interesting in what I'm looking at.
I thought he was doing Ed Sullivan for a second. Put that back.
Great shoe. Great shoe for you today.
Honorary little sheriff's Elvis badge below the
Now watch him try to talk and move away at the same time. It's hilarious.
Bill Clinton thing.
All right, there are two. The one on the bottom there is the plaque.
That was an honorary sheriff's Elvis badge.
It's something you pay for, I think, or you know a cop buddy, and they do something for you.
And they give you a sheriff Elvis badge.
Yeah. That Steven Seagal show was supposed to be me. I was supposed to go around town as a cop.
Given to me by the National Stuttering Association since I was the key.
They gave him a badge for being. Something tells me this came in the mail, and John believed whatever the fuck this person wrote.
And it was made out of chocolate. It had to be.
We're from the Stuttering Association. We'd like to send you, in honor of all your work, we want to send you a sheriff's badge so you can walk around town and look like a cowboy.
Number one stutterer.
Hand this to a cop and he can club the shit out of you.
I am Lieutenant of Stuttering.
I like Pat. Says it says number one stutterer on the badge.
You know why? You getting a ticket? You know why?
Show some respect. Off of Saglan.
TJ Spitter.
I didn't even know there was a National Stuttering Association. That's what the NSA is?
Yeah, that's right.
They got a good dart league. We played against them.
I was the fuck you laughing at? I was the keynote speaker of the National Stuttering Association. I gave a great.
It was the greatest I ever did.
Yeah,
great 4-hour speech.
It was like a Gallagher concert. Everybody was wet in the first 3 rows by the time I was done.
3-hour speech. I said 4 words.
I gave a great hour-long speech, but the Q&A was brutal. It took 5 hours.
This is bits again. He's crowbarring.
The Q&A was brutal.
Yeah.
3 questions.
I can't even fucking imagine how that would have gone. I really can't.
Wait a minute. Was he making fun of people with disabilities?
Of course he was.
Oh my god!
But it's like it's like the N-word. He can. You know what I mean? He can get away with it.
Give me a badge in your tongue.
You said that sentence clearly. Get up against the wall.
You got any ID? How'd you get in here?
I didn't hear a stutter out of you, my friend.
What are you, an imposter?
Like the first 48 stutters, just give him his own interrogation room.
And what's the sheriff's badge above that?
Oh, that is another plaque given to me for playing in a charity demolition derby in Kentucky, and
Yeah, get in that car and just fucking run around so people can hit into you.
Hey, we're
So-
big fans. We'd like you to get CTE for the rest of your life by crashing head on into people. We
he's
just
gonna
wanna-
go. He's gonna go into how he was facing the steering wheel again.
Yeah.
Now, you have to understand, in a demolition derby, your car is going to get messed up, okay? That's something you got to understand going into this.
So I use my own.
another plaque given to me for playing in a charity demolition derby in Kentucky, and and that was a correspondent piece I did on the Tonight Show, and the guy that gave me the plaque was in a wheelchair. Unfortunately, he passed away, but it's really weird because I was getting my ass kicked by this guy in a Nazi helmet. He had one of those German helmets on, and I just fucking screamed out to him, "Dude, I'm not Jewish."
It's unbelievable.
I said, Nazi guy. I'm not a Hebe. Back off.
Not Nazi yesterday, Nazi today.
I know how to de-escalate this situation. I'm not a fucking Jew.
He would have lived because this motherfucker doesn't shower if he was in there.
Yeah, for real.
In fucking Kentucky, if you were Jewish,
Oh no,
I would think you had horns coming out of your head. If you were Jewish.
There was 20 cars. There was 20 drivers in the race, and only 10 teeth between all of them.
There's
He's
summer
on a roll.
teeth, some here, some are there.
Yeah,
What's
exactly.
the other? What's the poster in the back on your
Oh.
other side?
Oh well, I do a lot of conceptual art. I should take you through.
Oh, my
I'll take
God.
you through all of them. But that
Pat, his art that he does might be the greatest thing we've ever discovered about John. Might
Yeah?
be. Oh,
Would you
yeah.
paint? I mean, what does he do?
Oh,
He puts
hopefully
stuff
he'll
together.
hopefully he'll get into this here because she's blowing smoke. She's doing a great job by blowing
Yeah.
smoke up his ass. And
So
she's
clearly, I'm
leading-
going to have to take over this interview. Yeah.
yeah.
is a it says the most obscene 4-letter word. I cross out cunt. I cross out dick. I cross out shit, and I cross
And
out.
I put
fuck.
John there.
It's a picture of a helmet and it just says Glons underneath. That's my statement about war. You know what I mean? That's what that's about.
You don't want to go to Guam.
Yeah. Yeah. Here, Tiger Lily will give you an example of his art. He glues things on paper like preschoolers. Really does. I wish that was a joke.
You remember when you used to do it with like macaroni and that shit? Like it's basically that.
Yes.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You want to sing this one? It's to Dead or Alive.
John's a cowboy behind the steering wheel. He rides. He's not wanted. He's dumb and alive. He's dumb and alive.
There you go, Aaron Brown. Best $5 you ever spent, pal. Aaron's a proud member. Love it. All right, let me bring it back a little bit here just so I can.
What's the poster in the back on your
Oh.
other side?
Oh well, I do a lot of conceptual art. I should take you through. I'll take you through all of them. But that is it says the most obscene 4-letter word. I cross out cunt. I cross out dick.
Isn't it great, Pat, that he wouldn't say the word at first and then he just says it a half a second later, which makes no sense. It's got the most obscene word known to man. So I cross it out, the word cunt, and fucking right.
Cross out shit, and I cross out fuck, and I leave in hate. So
Hate.
hate is the most obscene 4-letter word.
Wow.
Man.
This show is not great. Can you guys be more smug and aloof? Team Mike Morse. $10. Thank you, Scalzo.
When he said that about the hate, the hair on the back of my neck stood up and left.
It really, it's nothing will make you hate him more than to hear his take on hate.
Speaking of fat, how fat you think Mike will be after this weekend? You know what I mean?
My God. He may have to sign into 2 screens. Might have to use his phone and the computer. He's gonna be so bad tomorrow.
He's shaped like a python that just ate a fucking pig. You know,
Hold on,
right?
can you guess, Pat? Can
Damn.
you guess whose feet are who? It's Mike, myself, and Bob.
I really can't.
I really don't want to.
Really.
For those of you who ever wondered, is Pat a real man? That should answer your question. He goes, I'm not even going to play your dumb fucking game. What do you think of that?
No, I'd love to, but I mean, I'd have to think long and hard. No time.
John stole headphones from a grade school girl, Mean Gene, in PA, $10. What's up, Mean Gene?
Okay, well, you know what? We've had this discussion in the past. So if that's the worst word, if that's the most despicable word,
Yes.
why do you have so many fucking fights online with people? Like in Twitter, and you go through these love hates with all these fucking people. Like, why? Why do you do it?
Because I love it.
The fat guy from the
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, put that back up. That's why he wouldn't name his show What I Hate About Hollywood. It all makes sense now. Right. What bugs me about Hollywood was the name of his spin-off series that he did. 7 episodes, I believe.
Yeah.
We reviewed them all. They're fantastic.
Jewish show.
All right, Adam F. Goldberg, Adam for Fat Fuck Goldberg.
The fat guy from the Jewish show.
Yeah, it's certainly not F for funny. Because Adam Goldberg, all I did, it wasn't. See, that's the thing, Monique. See, I know you like to think I try and start shit. I really wasn't. I was watching the show because it was after I aced Jeopardy, which I always do, and then I aced Wheel of Fortune.
I mean, this is elementary school level bullshit that people say, that kids say on the playground. You know, this is just, it's shit that none of us can validate. None of us know. We all assume instantly he's full of shit because he is. What grown adult says, hey, I aced Jeopardy last night? None of them. No one.
And Wheel of Fortune, too.
Wheel of Fortune.
He just told everybody, I watched Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
That's what.
Hold on. Is he talking about the Adam Goldberg from the Goldbergs, the creator of the Goldbergs, and now
Yes.
the Muppet series on Disney Plus? That dude?
That is exactly who he's talking about.
Wow. Do me a favor, just when you have time, pull this section where he talks about Adam Goldberg, because I know Adam, and I want to get him on the show, and I'd love to hear his thoughts on this. He's a great dude, Adam.
Who I watched Vanna White host for the first time, and they had Mickey Mouse do the letters, and I'm sitting there going, all right, Vanna, this is how pathetic your job is, that you can get a guy from fucking Disneyland, fucking some minimum wage employee dressed as Mickey Mouse, who's fucking hitting the buttons. I mean, that's how fucking
Hitting the buttons. What the fuck is he talking? What game is he talking about?
Wait, in his mind, Vanna White works at a nuclear power plant. You know, the job is so intense and has so many levels to it that he was shocked that Mickey Mouse showed up and did the job just as well as her.
Blown away.
Blown away. Oh my God. When Twitter started, I commented on one of John's posts that he wasn't funny, and the barrage of insults he threw back were incredible. He called my mother a whore, told me I was ugly, you name it. Yeah, well, that's what funny people do, Nelson, when they're attacked.
Nelson, you're not ugly.
No. No, you're not. Tell your mother.
Mother.
Yes.
Say hello to
We love you, Nelson. We're just kidding.
Nelson is the
John,
best.
You sat in the audience as the announcer of the Tonight Show. I mean, it is.
How do we get Nelson on this show? Nelson and the other guy that know everything. We got to have them on one night.
Nelson and Ryan. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. We got to get them involved, boys. DM me availabilities and let's talk. All right, let's get it going.
Yeah, everything that guy has said has been really informative.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're really good at this shit.
Yeah.
He said his mom said hello to you, boys. Thank you.
Julie Agar, you don't have to say this for every show.
What?
What, my name? Or your name? Or what am I saying?
Huh?
If it's a fucking idiot, I'm sorry. It's his fault. He's a fucking idiot in every episode. I don't know what to tell you. He started it.
Job is.
Device not connected.
But I will say, I fucked the shit out of Anna.
Wait, 1 second.
She's so hot.
You really need to get on some sort of like Celebrity Jeopardy before he kicks the fucking bucket, because that's happening soon. To be honest with you, that's not.
Here's
not
where he
football.
says, "I think Alex is gonna be all right."
Yeah, a guy I know was saying I might be a good replacement for Alex when he's gone. What do you think?
I would take Vanna's job, but I don't have a Mickey Mouse outfit.
Yeah, I can't multitask. I can't touch a lit up square and smile at the same time.
This world.
I know, but I will say the reason why. So Adam F. Goldberg, I just happened to, watch that pathetic show, and all I did was tweet out, watching the Goldbergs. It's got to be the worst sitcom of all time, and I didn't know that.
It's still on the air. Number one, still on the air, and you watch. If you're a kid who grew up in that era in the 80s, you watch that show in 90s. You watch that show. Tell me it's not fucking funny. Tell me it's not. The first 4 seasons of that show were fantastic. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
He's like, I don't know why he was mad. All I did was tell him his show was the worst sitcom of all time.
And this guy fucking attacks me like it's Pearl Harbor.
Creator is going to start fucking fighting with me about it and
because you act like you have 500 fucking followers. Seriously, you're like
You're like nobody. You're like a piece of shit.
She's killing it this episode, Monique. Great job.
The creator is going to start fucking fighting with me about it and
because you act like you have 500 fucking followers. Seriously, you're like you literally act like you just got on fucking Twitter and that maybe like 3 people are following you.
No,
Seriously.
but first of all, see, here's the thing, Monique. Like, I'm going to listen, I'm truthful. If I think something sucks, I'm going to say it. That's why people love this podcast. That's why I have a lot of fans, because that's why my book was a bestseller, because they love that I tell the truth, which is the exact opposite of the Pelican.
The Pelican. The
Unbelievable.
Pelican.
Unbelievable. That rage never takes a day off, boys. I'll tell you that.
I didn't intend to get into a fucking war with the guy. He started with me, and then before you know it, I got fucking, Katie Seagal, who I love. She's fighting with me, and then I get the fucking, because I thought there was Katie Seagal on the show. I made a mistake.
Oh my God! So now he's tweeting that the sitcom's the worst sitcom ever. He's bringing Katie Seagal into it, who is not on the show. She's not a part of that cast.
Wow!
Never even did a guest appearance on the goddamn show.
And it's but then the other actress starts fighting with me.
Wendy, she was from Reno 911. I forget her name. She's a Stern fan too. She's a Stern fan too.
And then Katie starts saying, "Stop tagging me on this negative shit." I go, "I didn't tag you."
That's exactly what you did. You thought she was in the show, you fucking idiot.
Oh my God.
God.
How else would she have gotten in here?
Yeah. Yeah, no, she just strolled by and found it. I'm trying the super chat and it won't go. Oh my God, this is a nightmare for me. This is the worst case. This is my 9/11.
Easy, breathe, Julie.
Oh my God, no! Please, take it. Shut the show down. Shut it down. Wendy Brendan Cubby. Yes, very funny lady. And Reno 911 is.
Which one was she on 911? On Reno 911, the blonde or the?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
I like her a lot.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you? That's somebody else. I didn't tag anybody. Fuck.
See what happens. Hate.
But again, it was not. What? No, it's not hate. I don't hate. I don't hate Adam F. Goldberg. In fact,
Goldberg. Oh, I almost stepped on you.
Your new WCW champion, Goldberg. Please get a picture of Goldberg, the wrestler, and put a bug's head on him, please. Thank you, boys. It's my last dying wish. Thank you.
I don't hate Adam F. Goldberg. In fact, you know, no, I don't hate him. And
Goldberg.
yeah, I mean, fucking, you know,
Monique has won me over this episode. I'm not gonna lie. Monique has won me over. Fantastic job.
We gotta get her on.
I don't go that far, but no, I'm kidding. Yeah, listen. You want to come on, Monique? Get in here. Why not? Let's do it.
Do you know her? I mean, is this a known person? Or
Yeah, we know. I know.
We've never like met personally. She's I guess you could say a fan of my work. She reviews quite a bit of it on her message board.
Oh, I see.
And yeah, so but hey, I'm here. We can unite in the goofing on John. That's fine. We don't have to be best friends, but we can unite for a common cause. All right. And she knows her stuff. She knows.
She's openly trolling him. I mean, it's like it's a riot.
Yeah.
It's literally almost every co-host he's ever had did this to him, trolled him either while they were co-hosting or as soon as they left. But it's crazy. It's like you know, it's unbelievable the amount of co-hosts he's had problems with. Super chats are still working for Pennsylvania. Mean Gene, $10. I don't believe you. Can a few more people try it just to make sure it works? I haven't seen a 50 or 100 yet. I don't think that section works.
the fucking guy, you know, came out of the fucking Philadelphia and is a huge success besides being a huge fat fuck. And, you know, I even tweeted him. I said, you know, you should be very happy with your success. Why are you fighting with me? And then, you know, he's like, he's going to do a Stern episode and not include me.
Oh,
I'm like,
wow.
yeah, I'm like, well, you know what? Here's an idea. Here's a funny idea. I'll give you free, Adam. For the end, you know, you should have me at the end complaining about not being in the episode. I mean, it'd be a great callback to Private Parts, and it would be actually. Can
you imagine the level of pathetic? First, he tells the guy his show is the worst sitcom ever, and now he's going, you know, you should put me in it.
Yeah, this is the button, you know, what they'll be thinking about when they walk out of the theater.
There he is.
There's Goldbug, everybody. Look at that. I mean, this is John. This is who he is.
An intelligent joke, like something that somebody goes, "Oh, that."
Quinn with one of the funniest lines today. Saying success isn't a success for John. Yeah, can't even succeed at saying it.
Now that's funny. But see, Adam doesn't know what is funny because he's got a bunch of kissed asses over there. If he hired me to write one episode,
Now he
of the
wants a job. Now he wants a
Right.
job.
Right. Oh no! Where was I?
Well, good. I haven't. I think I did say, you know, I watched a little bit of it, this stuff, and then he, you know, takes the offer from Artie to do Artie's podcast, and then when I text him about it,
back it up.
Which is fun.
And my
A little harsh.
what have I said harshly?
Well, I think it started with the machete thing.
Tweeted him. I said, you know, you should be very happy with your success.
Machete?
Oh no, he better not go after our boy Mike. He better not. John, this shit's about to get serious, dude. Shit's about to get. I will go Jeff Goldbug on your ass. All right. Don't think I won't.
Whoopi Goldbug. Everybody's fucking Ryan.
I love this chat.
And then, you know, he's like, he's going to do a Stern episode and not include me.
Oh,
I'm like,
wow.
yeah, I'm like, well, you know what? Here's an idea. Here's a funny idea. I'll give you free, Adam. For the end, you know, you should have me at the end complaining about not being in the episode. I mean, it'd be a great callback to Private Parts, and it would be actually
Basically, any series on TV can do that. That
Absolutely.
episode.
Absolutely. Well, if they have the one common denominator, which is John doing it at the end of the credits, that's the only way it succeeds. Because every sitcom wants to do a callback to Private Parts, right? Am I right?
an intelligent joke, like something that somebody goes, "Oh, that's funny." But see, Adam doesn't know what is funny because he's got a bunch of kissed asses over there. If he hired me to write one episode of the Goldberg, I guarantee it'll be the highest rated Goldbergs ever. But he's too afraid to hire me.
I mean, if there was a God, I mean, if I was Adam F. Goldberg and I heard this, I go hire this fucking guy tomorrow. Let him write this. I
So,
gotta see
the main character comes out of a bar called No Replay, or whatever it is.
And he listens. He ends up working for this guy named Barry Sperm. How about that, right? Hear me out. And there's a group of like misfits that are on the show regularly, and they're called the fucking morons. Can we get away with that on ABC? No. But this isn't like radio. Let me tell you the difference between radio and television.
Meet the Glons.
My random text of the day, I got to say hi and shake hands with RFK in June 1968 and talk to Jimmy Carter for 5 minutes in the summer of 76.
Nice.
True. Hey, Ranger, man.
He's the
Rubbing
man.
elbows over here.
He's got a background.
Love it. For you.
Of course.
Device not connected.
My episode would have been the highest rated.
And any other fight, you know, I've already been through this, so I'm not going to get through the whole thing. Artie Lang, that fight was not caused by me. That was caused by him. And my war with Anthony Cumia, you know, of course, that's all done now. But that wasn't caused by me. That was caused by, you know, him and Artie. I don't ever.
Yeah, but John, let's be honest and let's talk about this because, you know, you've been a little bit harsh on Artie with his new podcast. You've been a little harsh.
What have I said harshly?
Well, I think it started with the machete thing. And,
No. See, this is the problem. And you know, I love you, Monique. So, but I have to. Monique, come here. Let me just slap you around a little bit.
There we go. First the love, then the hate.
God damn. But I thought that was you, that you had stopped it and you were making that joke. Let me slap you around a little. I swear to God. I thought, Jesus.
Slap you. I'll slap you, God damn it.
Yeah, but nobody can see you. Here's the problem there, Monique. Okay. Now, if you want me to dissect it, I mean, you know, I thought you were going to be on my
die.
Yeah, really. No, don't dissect it on a show. Why would you do that and actually bring some content to the fucking show? John can't bathe regularly, yet he wants to head right for a sitcom. Yeah, exactly. So Morse is gone from the show forever? No, it's just this buffet was closing down. He's a big fan of this buffet, and he wanted one last run, as he said.
Mike Morse.
Yeah, so that's where he's at.
Okay.
I am on your side. I'm trying to clear the air between you two. We want Artie to succeed, right?
Oh, by the way, fun fact, now he calls Monique a cunt after all the love that he has for her. That is true.
Yes.
Okay.
And like I've said, first of all, I never trashed his podcast. I haven't. I think I did say, you know, I watched a little bit of it, and I think that Artie is better as a sidekick rather than a host. I don't think he has the broadcasting chops. So, look, this is just me and you right now. We're half an hour in. It feels like 5 minutes went by because I'm entertaining, and I know how to freaking lead a freaking show. And I don't think Artie Lang, I don't think that's his talent. I think his talent is to be the sidekick. I think he, you know, co-host.
Can you imagine? This guy was given a radio show after Howard's show called Out to Lunch, where he recorded phone calls with people, and then everybody else did the work for him. That's it. And he's going to lecture.
They wanted to mostly play records, right? Isn't that what they wanted?
Yeah. In fact, they had to tell him numerous times not to talk so much because he was trying to be like Howard. And he's yelling at callers, and he's calling them douchebags, and he's basically doing a bad Howard.
And he dressed like a pelican.
He brought a black woman in with him to do the show. It was wild.
But now he brings in Boschetti to be co-host. Boschetti is a funny stand-up, but he's not a co-host. You know, he's not with it enough. Let's just say. I'm not gonna say he's retarded, but he's just not with it enough.
I mean, you kind of did. You kind of did. Imagine this retard calling anybody a retard. Can you imagine that?
Insulting anybody's broadcasting ability is what kills me.
Yeah.
This show's better than 60 minutes. You're goddamn right it is. You learn more.
Don't say he's retarded.
No,
That wouldn't be nice.
no, I'm not going to say that he has Down syndrome, even though it looks like he does. I'm not going to say that.
No, don't say that.
No, all I'm going to say.
Thank you.
He's got a huge head, and Mike Boschetti, I was very kind to. I flew out here and
Another scathing observation that no one's made about Mike Boschetti. John the first to announce Mike's head rather large. You heard it here first, folks.
set up an audition for him for the Tonight Show.
Actually, though, Shuli, he is the first one not to say he's retarded.
That is true. That is true.
Bookers, and he passed the audition. I took care of that guy. I paid for his flight and everything.
Yeah.
And then we're good friends, and the guy trashes Artie on my podcast, fucking at length, texts me shit about Artie, how he wants him to die, and all this stuff. And then he, takes the offer from Artie to do Artie's podcast. And then when I text him about it, he never even texts me.
Which is fine if that's what you're going to do, right?
It is totally fine. I don't have a problem with him trying to make a living. My problem
Sounds like you do.
is that he just doesn't even text me now or return my phone call. That's my problem.
So now he's got you on the pay no mind list, and John doesn't like that. John flew him out to LA for an audition for the Tonight Show, so in his eyes, he owes him to pick up a phone, and he's got to be okay with John calling him a retard. I mean, am I crazy? Is that not his logic?
And if you think that's not an issue to have, well, I disagree. I think the guy was my friend, and he used me when he needed me. And now that, Artie, a bigger fish comes, too fat to fish comes around, and and he offers him, and then Mike Boschetti washes his hands for me and doesn't even have the fucking respect for me to return it.
What was the saying? What did he get wrong? Hold on.
Fat the fish comes around, and and he offers him, and then Mike Boschetti washes his hands for me.
From me, of not from dummy. Yeah, yeah. Washes his hand. Oh my god!
And doesn't even have the respect for me to return a text or a voicemail. So if you don't think that is wrong, then I disagree.
Okay, all right.
I am against hand washing in all forms.
If you don't think I'm right, then we have what we call a difference of opinion. you heard it here first.
Let me
You gotta
explain
understand.
difference of opinion, what it means.
You gotta understand. My favorite thing ever now. You just say that, then explain the most simplest things.
And Artie Lang attacked me first.
Sure.
He has attacked me, all my friends, Larry the Cable Guy. I mean, Artie Lang called Mike Boschetti a hack on his podcast. Who came?
Artie called everybody.
That's his show.
And he didn't attack Larry the Cable Guy. Artie asked John, who is funnier, in your opinion, as a stand-up, Jay Leno or Larry the Cable Guy? Pat, I'm going to ask you that question. In your opinion, who's funnier stand-up?
I'm going to say Larry the Cable Guy.
Really?
Yeah. Well, just because he's more likely to hear about this than Jay.
It's smart. It's smart. And I'm not shitting on Larry. I know Larry. He's a very nice guy. But I'm just saying, if you go with track record and who's been around longer and who's been doing it longer and where they started, where they got to, I think it's safe to say that Leno wins that. And John refused to answer it. And instead of answering it, he decided to attack Artie about his suicide, and it was fucking.
I mean, who's a better mechanic? I would say Larry the Cable Guy, because he's never went on fire.
Now you're right, Bob. You're 100% right. What was that super chat? Mike Moore at Weight Watchers tonight.
He's watching it get bigger.
Should be. Is there anybody John hasn't ripped and burned bridges with? $10, Mean Gene. I don't. That's
Kevin Brennan.
Kevin Brennan.
Yeah, he did. He did. Actually.
He did. That ship sailed too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Mike Boschetti's defense. Me. So Mike Boschetti should be ashamed, and he should be embarrassed. Artie Lang, so far, I don't think he's even mentioned me. So I wish him the best. Artie, we were good friends, you know, and when we were on the show, we hung out socially, which is what he called Howard out for calling him a bro, because, you know, Howard and Artie never hung out socially. Artie and I did. We had lunch almost every day. We had
Because
dinners
he paid
together.
for
We
it.
could
Yeah, exactly. That's like him saying, "I used to ride with Jackie. I used to drive with Jackie all the time." Yeah, because you got to ride home with him.
Yeah.
Jersey City officials confirmed that safety leads to the Mike Morse balloon secure. Parade is a go in the morning. Thank God. Thank God. Oh, sorry, buddy. You do that. Go ahead. Oh, here we go. Nelson. Artie didn't attack John first. John's thin skin was hurt when Artie called him stuttering Juan. Then John went at Artie asking, "What are you depressed about? You have money. Why are you depressed?" That's always fun. Shut your mouth, cunt face, right? There you go.
close together. We were friends. So, it just hurts that when Artie was doing heroin and he decided to fucking just go crazy on me. But I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I wish Artie all the best.
It's as if it wasn't him anymore. It was like he was a different person.
What was the deal? He couldn't just act as if for me.
And that's it. I want him to stay alive. I think he's one of the most naturally funny people in the world, along with Jay Leno. I mean, very, very sharp and witty. And, he shouldn't use that wit to fucking put down people and put down his friends, and
in the wrong hands, wit can be a very dangerous weapon.
You should use your wit to lick my glans.
and both.
Yeah, I got a match. Your wit, my ass. I mean, what? Wait a minute.
People, and that's what he was doing. But
I think if he stays on the
device not connected.
Yeah, well, there is a big difference. First of all, I'm not asking him to ask me or tell me about it, and B, I did tell Howard about it, and Howard said he didn't want to talk to me. So that
yeah, right.
So that thwarts that, but
that thwarts that. Yeah. Okay.
As far as Boschetti goes, look, the guy's got to make a living. He still lives with his parents, and yes, and I mean, I.
By the way, his condo's under his mom's name, John. That finally sold. Just heads up on that while he's goofing on Mike Boschetti for living at home.
What? It's under my mom's name. That's all right.
It's not like she's here. She just owns it. That's all, and pays for it.
Hate the guy.
I would live with that bitch. Jesus.
Listen, I'm the type of guy. You know what makes a parent-child relationship work? Separate bedrooms. That's right. keeps us out of each other's hair.
He did something really fucking shady. Let me give you an example, okay? And this is something. This is the problem I have with people. And you say why? First of all, I don't hate Mike. I don't hate Artie. I don't hate anybody. So
the guy called a retard earlier. He loves him. So don't get it wrong.
Or the heroin addict. Which one?
Oh, the heroin addict. Yeah, all of them. All of them. That's bullshit. Howard said he didn't want to hear from John about his bullshit scams. John used it as an excuse for waiting until the last minute to tell Howard about the Leno job. Correct. And he got caught trying to backdoor a book deal that Howard told him he couldn't do, and he still tried to get it done, and he got caught. And then John turned around and was like, it was his fault. I told him I was out. Blah 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 blah. Oh, it's bullshit. He's just a conniving dude. He always has been. He always will be. He tried to get the most for doing the little, and he's bitter that everybody that worked and busted their ass to get there, to stay there, to still be employed there, or at least had a run there, they all busted their ass for it. He didn't, and he won't face himself in the mirror and admit that. It's all their fault. Always is. Always will be. Thank you.
Consistent with my painting. I don't hate anybody. I wish everybody well. I'm like Nancy Pelosi. I pray for them.
God.
What a jerk off.
Yeah, you're drunk all the time. You're just like her.
Yeah. Just like Nancy.
I got a whole freezer full of ice cream.
John is a superstar in disguise. He's a substitute teacher. That's right. He's like Clark Kent.
I save hate for family. I don't hate anybody.
Yeah, but I don't hate. I think it's a very strong word, and I too am Catholic, and it's not something that so I don't hate anybody. But let me.
We've been sitting through 32 minutes of him hating everyone and everything, but this guy's so out of it. He goes, "Hate's a terrible word. That's why I don't participate in it."
Just give me an example. There's this guy. I'll just call him Mike because that's his name. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Mike G, I think his last. I can't remember his last name, but
Now he's going last name.
I can't remember his last name.
Oh my god.
I don't want to mention. All right, but let me dox him real quick. His name is.
So I don't hate anybody. But let me just give you an example. There's this guy. I'll just call him Mike because that's his name. Okay, Mike G, I think his last. I can't remember his last name, but I'd say it 'cause I don't give a fuck. All right. This guy hires me to do a roast. All right.
Shane said.
Mike Glons. Mike Glon. I think was his name.
Glonbug.
Glonbug.
Grillo, and but I'd say because I don't give a fuck. All right. This guy hires me to do a roast. All right. Me, Jackie, Casey, Grillo, and Bob Levy and Bob's son Dom.
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute. Do you remember this?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
That was okay. The guy plays cards with Anthony. Pat might know him. We roasted.
Oh,
him.
I know him. I do know him. Yeah.
He used to be good friends with John, and
Yeah.
then that's totally gone.
He's the guy that drove John to the first time he played poker at Anthony's, and John made him take money out to give him to continue playing.
He took advantage of the fact that he had brought him there, so Mike was in this position of, all right, sure, man, okay, let's go. I'll give you some more money. I'll stake you, whatever. Mike's a great guy, though. I mean, he's like, it's funny that he would be friends with John because he's like a super nice guy.
I think Mike was at Pottstown too, Bob. I think we met Mike, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't.
You did because was he with KC?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was KC's buddy. That was Mike.
Okay.
Still on the show at this point, or you guys are not on the show at this point?
Oh no. This is like 5 years ago.
Okay.
Or even 3 years ago. Okay.
Uh-oh.
So I fly out to Long Island, and I do the roast. This guy, I'm stuttering. This guy.
Well, that's why you got an award. I mean, right? This is why you got a sheriff's badge because of this. Enjoy.
Or even 3 years ago. Okay.
Okay.
So I fly out to Long Island, and I do the roast. This guy, I'm stuttering. This guy,
he flew out to Long Island. He's in California. Okay.
Yes, right.
Is cool enough to take me out to dinner. He pays me, and it was all good. So what do? Monique, I go, you know what? This guy Mike loves to gamble. So what do? I know he's a fan of Anthony Cumia. This is the stuttering John that people don't understand. I take this guy Mike to Anthony Cumia's compound
because I needed a ride. I wanted to drink. I didn't.
It's so plain as day as to what his real motivation. And this is what amazes me about him is he is the last person to understand or realize that nobody's buying your bullshit. He's the only one that buys it. It's insane. Let me tell you what a good guy I am. I had this guy take out money out of his account just to let me play with it because I liked him so much.
Well, he liked him because he bought him dinner and he paid for
it. Of course.
Hold him with Anthony and his buddies. And then we play cards. Okay?
Okay.
So I think we went,
By the way, if John was this mensch, this fucking sweetheart of a guy that he paints himself, you think Mike would have fucking ended up shitting on him or talking to Anthony about him or, going the route that it went? Probably not.
Once or twice. Then what happens? Anthony Cumia starts to goof on my kids, and then it all goes awry. So and Anthony and Artie start goofing on my stand-up, and it just becomes like ugly, which is what Artie brought, which is why I knew it would happen, that Artie would corrupt Anthony, because Anthony and I were good friends, and I would do his show like 10
That
times.
was the name of the show they wanted.
Is that what happened to Anthony Cumia?
Yeah.
That's right.
It's Artie.
He was a Boy Scout before that. Artie Lang, that hooligan Artie Lang showed up.
It's a bad influence, that Artie Lang.
Oh boy, that Artie Lang's from the wrong side of the tracks, my friend. Watch out.
2 shows a day with him, and it was great laughs. I mean, we were 2 good broadcasters. In fact, that guy Mike even said, John, you and Anthony going back and forth was like the funniest thing I've ever experienced in my life. Because we were both sitting there and we were goofing and riffing, and it was awesome. And the whole game was laughing their asses off. So
everyone, that's his other go-to. Everyone was laughing their asses off. He always throws that out there.
They probably were, because Anthony was probably slamming him. Anthony's fucking hilarious. That had nothing to do with you guys going back and forth. Him telling me what a dumbass I was and everything.
Right, that's like a punching bag going, how was I that workout? You know what I mean?
That was a good fight.
I was there. If I wasn't there, you would be nothing.
As soon as Anthony started goofing on my kids, I said to my new friend Mike, I said, who had become friends of my family. I mean, I got him tickets to the Yankee game, like elite seats, because I have a contact at the Yankees.
So you didn't do anything. You didn't buy him anything. The guy bought you dinner. He gave you money. You got a gift from somebody and gave it to him. Gas
money, tolls. I mean, fucking forget about it.
When we're with my mom, he's like, in with my brother now. Like he's a friend of the family. And then
he even borrowed his suit one time for a wedding.
After Anthony and Artie trashed me and everything, I said, Mike, do me a favor. Don't go over and play cards with him anymore. The guy's fucking attacking me and my family. What does Mike do? He tells me that...
Yeah, whatever he wants to do, because he's a grown fucking adult. Okay?
Jesus.
For you to be like, don't talk to that guy. He's mean to me. Fuck off.
He tells me that he won't. And then that Saturday, someone fucking tweets a picture of Mike playing cards with Anthony.
Wow.
I mean, that's
pretty cool.
What people do. And then he has the audacity when I said, I can't believe you fucking did that after you told me that you wouldn't. And then he goes,
that's pretty cool.
I'm not getting involved in this.
It's a great point, Tubby. The guy turned on John by stopping his support of John. 100%. 100%. This story started your deep dive on him and Artie that you never finished. Yes, we still have it. In fact, we're waiting for the next appearance of Cumia to get into it. We have this package we're sitting on. We won't waste it on anyone other than Anthony. So,
man, a fun home poker game is worth so fucking much. You know what I mean? And you're gonna say like, yeah, don't go do that. Don't be having fun when I'm hurt.
Listen, unless we're married, there's no way you're telling me not to do this. Sorry.
Childish nonsense. I go, hey, Mike, the guy's goofing on my kid, okay? He's making my kid's life, because they were getting bullied now because of what Anthony was doing. I actually had to call my attorney in New York to set up a cease and desist, because, I don't want, my kids don't choose to be in the fucking, in the spotlight. So...
device not connected.
So there is a total two-faced scumbag. Do I hate him? No. I just think that there are real scumbag people out there, and that's why, like, and even
I have a lot of friends and people that I love that are scumbags, and I love them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't hate them.
There's a lot of scumbags out there, and I see one every day when I look in the mirror.
Right. One day I'm gonna meet that son of a bitch outside.
That's how, even with you and I, like when somebody says that you're trashing me, I immediately go to the place of going, I consider you a good friend. Like, why would you trash me? Now.
Yeah, but most of those people, in my defense, literally, they will come on, they will make a Twitter account, they have 3 fucking followers, and they come to you to say shit like that because they know they want to see us fight. They hate that we're friends. They want us to fight. And you know what? I never give in to that fucking shit.
No,
Ever.
no. But
Well, they eventually did fight. I mean,
the only time that we
I
had
agree. We were making fun of your stutter doing real estate. It just happened to be, it was a live show. It was just very stupid and silly and funny at the time. I apologize to you. I feel like we fucking got over that. And,
no, it's totally fine. No, the only
no.
even
yeah, no,
Yeah,
bothers
you
me
two-faced scumbag.
is when you like just went, all right, what the fuck is with Stuttering Johnny? He's always burning bridges, and I was like, why is she doing what? Why is she saying that? Because you had heard.
Why is she telling honest things? I mean, I think they call it the truth. I've never really heard too much about it, but
Heard you believed somebody saying
exactly.
that I said something which I never did.
Exactly. So it's the same thing. It's always the same thing until you hear it yourself and whatever, and then we move on.
Device not connected.
Yeah, and know that and you could ask Arm and ask anybody. Ask Sarah from Atlantis.
ask his arm. What am I supposed to talk to your arm now?
I always say positive things about you on my podcast, even when I do with Royce, even when I do with Frankie B. I always.
I know, and they are some of your biggest supporters, and even though after the whole YouTube debacle, which we won't even get into, they were really upset. But Arm will always defend you. Sarah too. They like you, so it's never an issue, sweetheart.
Okay.
We move on. Wait, I have a question. It's
He's in the air.
I love that. Yeah, I love this from Nelson. Where'd it go? Where's Nelson's comment? Oh, here it is. I just lost it again. Here it is. Within months, John and Monique's friendship was dead. Yeah. And he called her a cunt numerous times. Basically, John is a parasite.
So he marked out her name on the fucking painting. Cunts. Crossed out. The ugliest four-letter word is truth.
before I forget. Okay.
Well, okay, but don't forget that we got to get into how Howard.
Yeah, dead account. I agree. What was the YouTube debacle, boys? Nelson, if you know.
A hypocrite.
So I think the YouTube debacle they're referencing is the last attempt that they had at a live stream. They had audio issues, so it never really got off the ground.
Gotcha. I think that's it, boys.
Not connected.
Look at that. We got to the end of the package, huh? Wow. One of the longest episodes in Rico history. And, boy, Pat Dixon, way to come in and shine, my friend.
Dude, thanks for having me, man. Holiday weekend, I've been I've been watching a lot of it lately, so really happy to be here. Thanks, man. It's fun.
Well, you're welcome back anytime. Joe did the audio for that show. Is that why I messed up? You're welcome back anytime. What can we promote for you? Go ahead. Get your plugs up, buddy.
Oh, all right. Well, I got a new episode today on Censored.tv, New York City Crime Report. Subscribe there, and when you do, make sure you use promo code PAT. That's the way to do it. You get 10% off. It's a nice little discount. Costs you hardly anything. You just follow me at Pat Dixon, too, DIXON. And, I'll keep you abreast. Thanks.
Great guy, funny guy, great follow. Support our friends. They support us. And that's what it's all about, really. I love that you guys gifted out so many subs tonight. Thank you guys very much for that. Very generous. I love Pam and being her man. I like putting it in a super chat so it's on screen for future replay, unlike the regular chat. Hi, Pam. Clip it. State Ranger, you're a class act, buddy. Class act. And give our love to Pammy over there, all right? Both you kids. Shout out to Mike Morse. Greatest appearance ever. Keep it up, Mike. I love you. And, and we'll be back tomorrow morning, BS show, 9 a.m., drinking show. So to honor our troops, we are gonna get drunk. So
and Friday, June 2nd and 3rd, I'll be at Tips Comedy Club in Morris Plains, New Jersey. Friday with Anthony Zenhauser, and Saturday I'll be there, and I think Brennan's doing a guest spot, and also Misery Loves MLC on YouTube, MLC on Patreon. come by tomorrow. We got a full day tomorrow of fun.
You skipped all the member chats.
Yeah,
Fully.
so when they're on the 1 month anniversary of their membership, they get a free super chat, but the problem is they don't come into StreamYard like the other chats, so we can't bring them up.
Oh, sorry guys. I didn't even know that, Jim. But
Yeah.
you're grandfathered in. You can chat whatever you want. All right,
Yeah.
pal? Don't as EK says, don't burn your glons. All right? Barbecuing. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Shalom Shuli, Twitter, Instagram. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Sign up, hit the subscribe, hit the like button on your way out, guys. Why not? Let's give it a shot. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you were gifted a sub, thank that person, all right? They didn't have to do that. They did it because they love you. And so do we. So have a good night, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's all for the Uncle Rico Show. That's all for the Uncle Rico Show. Grab one more beer and shout out, Skull Good.
In here.
Bye.
This is Stuttering John.